more than I was supposed to.
Usually. When you go out of town and stuff.
Yeah, at the bar radio.
Billy Bear, or radio.
Just know why with that chit chat, I'm on the road. It's just that pain, it's that bad. It's a different day, no same story, nigga. I've been winning, retire like I'm Robert Horry, nigga. They just thought they know me, but I'm here to make my story better. Keep that life before they with me. Always know I had that creeper. She ain't getting a kid no more, but I'm girl skipper. If they stop hitting out a lot, I bet I'm gon' get them back a bag and book.
Can y'all start packing the correct page, please?
Which one is it?
Just type like
What you mean, y'all? I can't tag nothing on mine when I go through my OBS.
no, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I did Lady Anthony today. On which one? Facebook? I typed in lady and it didn't come up. And I tried. So I didn't think you had a different lady page on Facebook.
Just know why
Everybody's my regular lady.
just know why
Is it a personal page or it's a business page?
yeah.
That's why you're supposed to say.
All right.
My nigga.
Username. I could have sworn I tagged that profile with that picture. Damn it. Alright, I try to remember. But on my videos, I can't tag you in when I'm streaming. Yeah.
Just know why
I'm actually.
it's just that pain. Different day, no same story, nigga. I've been winning, retired like I'm Robert Horry, nigga. They thought they know me, but I'm here to make my story.
Let me tell y'all before we go on. I tried my friend Shawnee product.
Yeah.
Yes, especially now that I've tried her product.
Oh, shit.
Remember my feed, alright.
I know. I ain't been with that.
Man, I'm just letting you know. So you're gonna be like, oh, I didn't know. Like, nah, you know that.
And I can never chase what they know. You got them rich.
You scared?
I'm doing all my stuff, getting all my stuff.
Whatever, you on your phone. He's scared.
Putting my Twitter feed up, damn it.
I'm trying to save you. So you gonna take it on her?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got my laptop and my phone, yeah. Shh.
I could save you some. Right.
Okay, yo, we're back, man. Happy Father's Day.
Yes, happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Oh.
What? Yeah. Yeah.
Shit like that, though.
That joint do be rocking, though.
I know you like that part because that seems like
Where your bitches?
I know that. Yeah, how did we not know that would be
Right.
your favorite part?
Where your bitches?
Something that you would say on a random day.
Something I have said before.
You know what? CP3. Some days I'd be like, we really just. I ain't a religious person, but we just need to pray for you, bro.
But can't you see him driving down the street and
Playing that particular.
in the caddy? playing that?
I can see him in a caddy playing that. I can see him just rewinding. I can see him with a girl and he just keep rewinding that one part.
Bruh, I've done that before.
Be
Like,
you
listen to
talking
this
to your
part.
man?
Nah,
You
listen
talking
to
to your
this
man while you on the phone?
Yeah.
Oh, tell him check this song out. You renegade.
UGK, I used to have it. Like, you need to listen to
Yes,
this
we
part.
know. Didn't he come up to the show? We pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
In the caddy. Who were you playing? Wasn't it UGK?
I think it was on a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
On a beautiful Sunday morning.
It was a beautiful Sunday.
Talking about
Nice peaceful Sunday. And then he came.
yeah, you know, I just had a good religious experience. Nigga, you playing UGK. What religion are you?
Church was great this morning, right?
Hey, man. You taught us
Pimp C
we
was
studied
good.
we studied the chapter of the backhand that week, man.
You said what now?
The chapter of the backhand.
That's how we do. That's
So,
what we do.
That's what we do. So, first of all, we got a happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna tell some good. I got some good Father's Day stories to tell and stuff. I ain't got no kids, but I got some good Father's Day stories. So,
CP3, what about
That's why I feel like people looking at me when he says something about not having no kids, man. Why do I feel like all eyes on me? I feel like two
because
on
you
me.
keep talking, because you act like your pull-out game is spectacular.
Man, my pull-out game is spectacular, dog.
Let me say something. It may not be now.
Like trying to jinx the kid.
It may not be in 2 years, but we gonna find your long lost children.
They're trying to jinx the kid, man. It's crazy, dog.
And then of course we gotta talk about this, the whole Juneteenth thing.
Yeah.
And Juneteenth is special for me because this is something that my mother and my aunt used to do. And then several years ago, about maybe 10 or 15 years ago, I was privileged to help my aunt put together several Juneteenth shows. And it's just so, exactly. Renegade is in the building, but yeah, when nobody was really talking about it.
Right.
And we were privileged to do that, and how fitting a year after she's passed that it becomes a federal holiday.
Yes.
I really wish she would have
been able to see that.
Because,
well, they say she witnessed it.
She witnessed it because her energy is always there,
right?
And her energy is always in the building. So it was a blessing, and I feel a little emotional about it, but also it's positive and negative. So I also feel a certain way too, with Juneteenth. I'm glad that it happened, but there's so many other problems that need to be addressed that we need to be taking care of.
Well, one thing we can say is that this is not actually a new thing. They have proposed this numerous times.
Yes.
So a lot of people think that, it got passed now. They're only doing it. It was only brought to the table because of George Floyd and, all of the protests that we had last year. No, it's actually been brought to the table many times. Texas, of course, Juneteenth for Texas is a little different than the rest of the country. Texas, they have places that have parades. This is for years they've done this. They've had parades. They've had, all kinds of different festivities. Montgomery County and the DC metro area, for 22 years, they've celebrated Juneteenth in Montgomery County. They have, different festivities and things like that. So I've gone to some, over the years as well. So this isn't new. It's a long time coming. Just because there's so much more that we need to have done doesn't mean that we just gonna dismiss this Juneteenth thing. That is a milestone. That is something that people have asked for years.
Okay, I hate to do this because someone asked a question. So let's actually put my email in the comments. But when you ask like how to submit music, it's actually it's in a purple box. It's in a black box with purple lettering that actually has my email address, which I just put it in. Actually, I put it instead of Gmail, I put Gmail, but it's gmail.com. This is what happens when you ask some stuff live on air. That's why I have it already in the comments, so I don't have to say this. Also, though, it also says that before you submit the music, please share the show at least to 10 different times. So, that way we can all, benefit.
Right.
So. And salute to my Uncle Robert. Happy Father's Day to my Uncle Robert. He is actually watching. Happy Father's Day. But go right ahead.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. We also in honor of Juneteenth, we have the lovely Uncle Nearest, 1856, 100 proof.
So you have told us a story, Uncle Nearest. If you wanted to, could you tell us again for the people who have just now seen it for the first time?
Yes.
It's a very important story.
Uncle Nearest.
Alcohol education.
Here we go.
What did I say? Alcohol
You're so
education.
shady.
What? That's
How you say it though?
I'm saying.
First of all, you always try to accuse me of being alcoholic.
No,
Shady in your voice.
I just say you know how to drink.
No, there was some shady. Oh, man.
I'm just saying, you know how to drink.
That's a
I
compliment.
mean, I go to distilleries. First of all, I was a bartender a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Then I became a wine consultant, and then now I'm just like all about my distilleries and stuff like that. But Uncle Nearest, you can always Google it. It's the story of it was a slave who Nathaniel Green, he taught Jack Daniels, the method that he used for whiskey. Of course, we know who Jack Daniels is. We know that recipe is long standing. It's been around. People drink it. It's a very popular brand. However, that was taken from a slave, and he was not paid for anything. He received nothing. So years ago, a black woman went ahead and she decided to pay homage to him and get this company going, and pretty much reimburse his descendants. So it is important to support that cause. And right, I told you not to take your first sip on air.
Opens up your nasal
He's
passage.
over here struggling.
It opens
It is
up your
very
nasal
good.
passage.
It's a premium whiskey. It goes down smooth, kind of spicy. Got a little bite to it.
Got a little
But
spice
it's
to
not
it.
that rough feeling and some people get
Yeah,
from.
it ain't too bad. This has a nice, smooth, finish to it. It could be worse. Ain't like it's no Hennessy or nothing like that.
I mean, you didn't drink Mexican tequila, so you should be all right.
Tequila's pretty smooth with the ones that y'all have gotten. Like I told you, I had a bad experience with that Patron shit.
No, the last I gave you a shot of the Mexican tequila. You just
Well, that was we didn't have like four different. We had like four different ones.
Yeah,
I'm not
you tapped your neck. I played the answer.
like that. Oh, I know. Like I said, I don't drink.
Sometimes he just holds it.
I just started drinking tequila messing with y'all. Remember,
The
I
other
was
day,
away
he put
from.
his whole hand on the side of his neck.
Yeah, because I felt it
He's
going
like,
down.
I tapped out.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Get me out of here.
But yeah, so let's give a shout out to Nathan Green, Uncle, also known as Uncle Nearest, came up with a wonderful recipe that we've enjoyed so many years under the name of Jack Daniels. So if you like Jack Daniels, you'll definitely love Uncle Nearest. I personally have stopped drinking Jack Daniels.
Personally, I really stopped. I'd rather get the Uncle Nearest.
And honestly, it tastes better.
Well, I used to drink Jack because 3 straight shots of Jack, you good.
Okay, so 3 straight shots of Uncle Nearest, you're good.
I know, yeah, that's just how I used to drink.
And
I don't drink
the
Jack.
taste is slightly different.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell the difference between Jack and this.
But it's definitely
This has
amazing.
more. This has more of a flavor to it than Jack does.
yeah. See,
So-
there you go, bam.
So, Steve, you got some sports for us?
Yeah, I got a little something.
So, who's Carissa Shields? Never.
You know what?
There we go.
It was actually a good fight on last night. Charlo fight. He went the distance with awkward Mexican, but Mexicans got them concrete jaws. Well, it was a hell of a fight. Paul the boxing guy be on Sports on the Hill podcast coming soon, breaking down all the recent boxing. But the Nets having a good week. They were on a 8-2 homestand. No, 7-3. I'm sorry. They won 3 out of 4 versus the division leading Mets, and now are 3 games under 500. Starting to turn it around a little bit, like I said they would. They just re-signed Gerardo Parra, who was one of the key players during the 2019 run. He actually got into the game today. Excuse me. It was a good series against the Mets because the Mets were playing some good ball. and the Nats were being very inconsistent. They didn't get the sweep, but they won 3 out of 4, which I did predict they would do on the show last week. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow. So Brian and myself, Robbie will be off for the week. He's out of town on vacation. Also in the NBA, because we'll be talking a little bit of NBA tomorrow also. The Bucks eliminated Brooklyn last night in Game 7. I actually watched a little bit of this overtime.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, it
Back on basketball, huh?
Well, the Nets played a doubleheader. Their game was over early. Wasn't nothing else on. So.
You so shady.
You watch basketball? Oh my God! Yo, I bet you check the weather. It's going to snow tomorrow.
But see, what's crazy? Every time the team that I root for, I turn on, they lose. That's why I'm like, I don't want to turn it on. I'm like, I'm jinxing
so
the team.
you were against the Nets?
No, I wanted Brooklyn to win. Yeah,
Okay.
I wanted them to win, and they lost the
Say
game.
like this. I'm old head, so there's only one.
Hey man, if Kyrie, was healthy, I think they would have won. Yeah, well, the Knicks made the playoffs too, from what I hear. So
He said, "From what I hear."
That's what the roundtable
I'm
covers.
a lifelong Knicks fan. I am used to disappointment. I've been a Knicks fan since the Michael Jordan era.
Hold on, I've been a Bullets fan, so I understand.
I told you. That's when I threw in the towel,
I'm used to
man.
What, the
disappointment.
Bullets?
No, when they traded Richard Hamilton for Jerry Stackhouse,
Oh yeah.
I was done. I heard that
Yeah,
trade. I woke up in the
Rich
morning.
was
Yeah, he was a
on
young
point.
talent
Yeah,
going, and you
yeah.
getting an old dude that can barely hit anything outside of
They were
17.
trying to get the name.
Yeah, but that's why I was like, I was done. I was a Bullets fan way back.
You ain't watch basketball.
No, I used to watch basketball in the early. I used to watch up until like the mid 2000s. After Boston won their
20
championship.
years ago.
That's when I started watching.
The mid 2000s.
That was like after Boston won the championship. 2010 is when I pretty much stopped watching.
Okay, because when we worked together, you used to watch.
Yeah, I was out because it was still. But you still had some fundamentals being stretched. Now, it's
They
no
have white
fundamentals.
cheerleaders. Why didn't you stop?
Because there's no fundamentals, man. They don't play
Yeah,
defense.
I think he likes sports more than he likes the women, honestly, but he won't admit it.
Oh, okay.
No, I wouldn't say that.
See?
Anything else you got for a secret?
So the Western Conference Finals is Phoenix versus the Clippers. Brian.
Who would have thought that the Clippers beat out the Lakers?
I mean, the Clippers, they were, from what I hear, they were close, last year.
No, he's talking about in general.
Oh, I mean, the Clippers have rebuilt their team after that whole debacle with the owner and, him not letting black people
they
come into the
haven't
game.
proved it in the last few years, but even still.
Yeah, but they made it to the finals now. So, I mean, that's all that matters. Playoffs is different. They're getting good performances.
Yeah, that is fun.
Oh, well. Good, quick update. Renegade said the Clippers just lost.
The same way I be like, there's only one New York team.
See?
Don't get it twisted. There's only one LA team.
So Phoenix is up 1-0 in the Western Conference Finals from what I see. You also have Philly and the Hawks tied at 3. They have a Game 7 today, I believe, to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like I said, we'll cover that tomorrow night. Brian will, with Robbie being out. NHL playoffs. You got the Western Conference Final, Las Vegas Knights versus Montreal. Montreal's up 2-1. And the Eastern Conference Final is tied at 2 with the Islanders and Tampa Bay.
Who you going for?
I predicted it would be the Islanders versus Vegas. That was my original pick at the beginning after the Capitals got put out.
I don't like Vegas stuff, but I can
I mean,
understand.
I'm going to root for Barry Trotz because the Capitals, I still feel, and I said on there that they made a dumb move not re-signing him
I'm with you.
after he won the Cup and because they couldn't agree on
That
terms.
was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I know.
I love CP3, but he's just a walking enigma. Hates basketball, but loves hockey.
Man, hockey is one of the last pure sports around because because there's no superstar rules. If a superstar player does something, the refs don't call it. Somebody from another team gonna fuck him up to get it.
So that's why he likes.
It's a level playing field.
But no, you like the violence.
No, like you got hard.
I'm waiting for him to completely dismiss the NFL because if you sit there and look at the trend, when it comes to being aggressive, basketball is not aggressive anymore. That's why he don't watch it.
No, it's no defense in basketball. That's why I don't watch it.
Basketball's not aggressive anymore like it used to be. So that's why he doesn't watch it. NFL, they getting kind of soft too. So
I'm never going to turn my back on
I
NFL.
bet you CP3 cleans his gun while he watches hockey.
I have. I went to the range before and the hockey game just happened to be on that night. I had to clean my gun.
I will admit though, when you're at a hockey game and they start fighting,
good.
that whole crowd goes crazy.
I mean, being at a live hockey game, that's what I tell all my folks. Then they criticize me for watching hockey.
No,
Once you
because
go to, I mean, just once you go to a live hockey game,
It's
nothing like you're going to be hooked. See, I was hooked at a young age.
See, out of the 4 sports that are here, I haven't been to a hockey game or a soccer game. Live.
Oh, both are good.
So my goal is to hit those two.
Yeah, the hockey game is a whole different
The
ball.
bad part is I've lived in DC and never did it, but now I'm not in DC. I figured, hey, you know what?
And honestly, DC United, their stadium is
that
amazing.
the new stadium.
Yeah.
They built the new stadium right off of Navy Yard, I believe.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right across from the next stadium.
Yeah.
So that whole area has a whole vibe.
I haven't been to the Nets game either.
What?
I've only been to 2 myself.
What? Oh, y'all got to get this together.
Yeah.
I was about to say I got to get some.
I go to everything.
I told you I got some changes coming
Okay.
in my life where I can
In
be
your
able.
life?
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't really speak about it.
You can't speak about it.
Nah.
You want to take him to a basketball?
I'm suing his mama for keeping him away
You
from
know
me.
what?
I feel I was robbed of his childhood.
Would you want the child of the earned income tax credit?
Hey, she got a 780 credit score.
Yeah.
Got a 780 vegan score.
You know what?
So, is that it?
Also, just to wrap up, DC Sports Washington football team will be going to training camp at the end of July from the 27th to the 31st. They'll be down in Richmond.
You going?
I got to reach out to some of my contacts. Last year, I had some folks that I was going to be able to work some magic, but the pandemic shut all of that down. So I got to reach back out to see if I still have the same people in place to see if I might be able to.
It's funny because I have some hookups and and some of them are no longer.
I know. I lost a couple of my contacts, so trying to cultivate some new
big words.
Yeah,
big word alert.
That's right, man.
Let's see how long that's for. Let's see, drinking Uncle Nearest 1856.
Hey man, you bought it.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying. I wouldn't be off of it if you ain't bring it. But
you would have found something else.
Yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can work. So I ain't messing with you. I'm gonna see if I can figure something out.
It was either that or the Paul Masson.
No.
You had some bad days with Paul.
I've never drank. I've had a female drink Paul one time, and I seen what that shit do, and I'm like,
Paul ain't your friend.
Nah, I don't mess with that shit. It's like alcoholic beverages with like natural disasters in them, hurricane and shit like that. I don't touch those. That's letting you know something's wrong with that shit.
So what you're saying, like,
it's something wrong with Paul.
You drank that 211 lady.
That's only like the third 211 I've had in my life. And that was by because there was no other, but it was no other beverage in the house besides the 211. And she bought a 40. What was it? What was the 40? What was the 46? Yeah, 42. Oh yeah. Luckily, that was the new batch because the old batch was ridiculous. It made my man pass out off of that shit.
And you were acting the fool that day.
Exactly, that's what that shit.
Because I think I had the 211 I got for you for your birthday. You could have
got the blue. Yeah, if you would have got the blue bull, I'd have been straight.
Nah.
Nigga, that's just as bad.
Nah, the blue, not a red bull. Now that's something wrong with that shit. The blue bull is cool as long as you don't mix it with naughty head.
What happens when you mix it with naughty head?
Things get wild.
You always say this.
Because I have an experience.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, man.
And a story.
I ain't going to talk because it still might be. Never mind. Go ahead. Might still be some charges pending. Possibly.
Yeah. Oh my God. You know what?
So this Wednesday I went to the DJ Coalition event.
Okay.
DJ Nasty Night said this thing.
Yeah.
I'm not faced up. He was so happy.
Good. I'm happy.
So
I'm happy.
I want to say a very salute to DJ Nasty Night.
Mm-hmm.
He set the tone.
Good.
One, the internet inside sucked, so they weren't able to use the Wi-Fi to get the music. So he had to play the music that was like literally just on his laptop.
Right.
And he's still watching.
I'm about to say, because real talk, DJ Nasty Nights, he's always on. Like, he does his stuff online. He'll go live, all that, and he'll tag people.
Yeah.
And so I don't doubt that he had the music on his, like, he was prepared.
So he's very appreciative of me being there.
Good.
He's like, nice to meet you face to face, man. I was like, cool. Super Dave about to pull up in 10 minutes.
Super Dave.
So
that's crazy. The internet didn't work. right.
I mean,
Yeah.
things happen like
I can
that.
barely get cell phone service.
See, that's
Things like
So-
that happen.
that blows my mind.
So I mean, things happen. You gotta learn to adapt. But he rocked it out.
Yeah.
And then at first I was getting frustrated because you know how these DC niggas is.
Oh man.
So they didn't know him. So they, doing his practice set, I could see they were trying to clown him a little bit
Why?
because they hate us. But then when he really got in his set, the niggas went from haters to being fucking fans.
That's all it takes, man.
But honestly, in the music industry, that happens.
Yeah, but I didn't like because I felt he's been on the show now. I feel personal. Oh yeah,
You're right. Don't be mad at him.
Like I'm
So
watching
it's
like.
good. It's good.
Like,
It's good.
I'm looking
I
like,
wish I was there.
and the thing is, so they lucky because I ain't had no drinks in me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had a couple of drinks, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and let them DJ.
Right.
Or you get behind the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But y'all know me. Like I'm Mama Bear, but I'm like the ratchet Mama Bear, and
what you giving protecting the people that you work with?
Yeah.
Shit, it had switchblades out and everything.
I probably would have. But
Yeah, probably.
wait, did they check y'all before y'all?
They did, but you probably would have got it with
My bracelet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause they didn't do the metal.
I've gotten to more secure buildings.
Yeah.
So.
So,
Hey.
No, I ain't say a word. I'm
but
disagreeing.
overall, the event was great. It was great. Now I'll tell you this though, black people, when we throw these events, and the real event don't start at 8 o'clock. Don't put fucking 6 o'clock. Because there's one thing that I hate to do, and even with my boy shit, and even Renegade hates to do this. We hate to stand around and do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
So, when I see that, the event, to me, the event didn't start on time.
Mm-hmm.
But, by the time they got it going and stuff like that, I had to leave and go to work.
Right. So
Overall, like I said, it was an enjoyable event.
you end up missing some stuff.
I didn't get to see none of the independent artists.
It might have been the plan because you know how some independent artists are late, so they tell them the show started at 6 because they know they're gonna get there
Yeah,
about
but
8.
to advertise it to
Yeah,
everyone,
Let me tell you what I did in situations like that.
That's
Some real
crazy.
shit. I had a dude at one of the joints, and this is why they love to hate to put me in charge of when people go on. Because I'll next you real quick.
Yes, that's what you're
And then when
supposed to do.
and then when you come to me and be like, yo, I was supposed to go number 3, I said, what time
You
you supposed
wasn't
to be?
here on time.
But nigga, you gonna last.
Right.
We
You
need
get
like dead last.
That's the thing. Getting
I can go
bumped is a
now.
thing.
No, nigga, you gonna dead last.
Because the show must go on.
Yeah. When everybody's walking out the door, that's when I want you to perform.
Yeah.
I want you to be like when the boat is sinking in Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to be the last nigga on stage.
If you was supposed to come first,
So
you would get bumped.
because the thing about it is though, like we show up on time, we do what we supposed to do professionally.
Right.
Like, and then when you know that you go, that goes back to the story what I told you when I went to Atlanta. No, I went to Miami the first time.
Right.
The nigga who asked about the picture. Like he was supposed to perform number 3 when I had my camera. So he decided to walk away. And then when he finally got to perform, he hit me on IG and was like, yo, did you take any pictures of me?
Why?
No.
Why would I?
The camera was put away by that time. Oh. Because you wasn't where you supposed to be.
Oops.
Like, you see the picture I took of the other dude, well, the nigga from Alabama paid me.
Oops.
The other people I actually knew. You was a nobody that you used the capital nobody. Mr. Nobody, like the movie. That had the nerve to walk out of the club when you're supposed to be ready to perform, and then to come back in hours later. I don't care if you were smoking, making a
That's
porno,
so
or it's not professional.
So
And when you have that energy, I will not give you professional energy.
So here's the problem that I have. The same people will show up to their 9-to-5 job. You get their little paycheck, right? They'll come on time or at least close to it. But they know if they show up really late or there's no call, no show, they expect to be written up, get fired, whatever the case may be. But when you're in the entertainment industry, why is it that those people don't have the same mindset?
This is their mindset.
They don't look at it as a business.
Because they're not serious. But these same people will come. when something goes wrong with the show, these same motherfuckers will, they'll start bad rapping the promoter.
Yeah.
So there was one dude several years ago, and we actually made GOP interview, little white boy, and he was supposed to. We did this thing called the Juke Fest, and you know, PG County was out there, so things didn't happen the way it was supposed to. Anyway, he had a post. It was like, yeah, this was that janky promotion that that they did. So off the break, when I see that, because my people did it, first of all, you're not that good. Second of all, you're appropriating our culture. So shut the fuck up. You're a guest. Shut the fuck up. You're not Eminem. Sit down. So then, when you make a statement like that of a person who's really just trying to help the culture and help many, like if I name all the artists that he helped put on, including Shy Glizzy, he helped. It was because of the show that Shy Glizzy did with us that the motherfucker from BET saw him and put Shy Glizzy on BET. Then you're bad rapping my peoples of a situation that you don't know. Like sometimes you want to stick your chest out when you just really need to shut the fuck up. And there's one of those situations where I looked at him like, dog, you're not even Eminem, you're Skittles. Shut the fuck up.
So he was tasting rainbow.
Yeah.
See, y'all was talking about me. I'm chilling.
That's what Skittles are, taste the rainbow.
So I just
And I'm not a Skittles fan. I'm an Eminem.
But I get offended when people, do that because these dudes that are show up late and they want to attack promote. Oh, this show wasn't this, and then half these niggas ain't got their song mixed right. Renegade can attest to this. One year we did we was at the Titan Arts School. We was doing auditions, and the dude mixed the song on his iPhone, and he came and he was like, "Nah, it's your speakers." Like, bro, our speakers are monitor speakers. These speakers that you found in the studio.
Okay, which iPhone do we have?
That's probably we probably have the iPhone 6.
Because some people do that and it actually comes out good.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing.
That's all.
You can have $1 million studio, but if you don't know how to mix,
That's
if you
true.
got a $10 mix, it don't make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, your stuff is not level. And I was like, this is your rough draft. And then another lady came and she, her, well, we're a brother and sister team, and they were real cocky, and this ain't even my best song. So this song ain't even mixed right. And
This
then,
ain't my best song. That's the defense.
no, that was her best song.
No, but that was the defense.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
So then she played the best song, and it still wasn't mixed right.
There you go.
So then she was like, well, name somebody's song that sounds better. I said, sure. Hey, Renegade, come here. Go ahead, play Benny Hanna for her. Matter of fact, don't even do it off the email. Play this shit off your phone. So he hooked the phone up. Oh, damn, what's your number? My point. You weren't professional about it.
Yeah.
The fact that you got to ask what's his number, his information, your shit wasn't mixed.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these people come in when they're not being right, and then when something go wrong, they want to complain.
Right.
Artists in this area need to got really get their shit together.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you. We've had a lot of issues when it comes to the music industry in this area,
Yes.
and I would love to see our chocolate city. I'm gonna still call it that, even though it's not as chocolatey as it used to
It's
be.
more white chocolate now.
But we do need.
You got a little mocha feel to it.
Of course, you're gonna say that.
Yeah, you love that, don't you?
You're
You
gonna
gotta
say
mix.
that.
You gotta mix it up, baby.
No, because
Mocha
you
with red
like
hair?
the white chocolate, so.
Mocha with a red hair?
That's
See, here you go.
They can see you smiling.
I know. Hey, I told you, man. I'm
Then
always
it's like
gonna
a nigga
leave
just
it.
had a dirty thought. He was like,
He did. But why you sweating though? You alright?
It's getting hot in her.
Why? Okay. But yeah, so I mean, it's sad to say, but the music industry in regards to this area they don't mix well.
So, we have a guest.
Yes, we do.
So we got a guest, and how we're gonna lead to this guest is we're gonna talk about Father's Day, and then I'll play a video. We'll bring our guest on.
Yes.
So because he's a father,
Mm-hmm.
and he thinks I'm gonna ask him normal ass questions, and
And I think he has like how many children you have? You got a bunch, don't you? Yeah, like a little.
we got like 6.
Yeah, starting
Seven.
5. Yeah, starting
We got a
5.
basketball team.
You
Go
got-
ahead and say he might sign on.
I'm at least gonna have a couple more for sure. Though.
What?
Damn.
Wait,
He
you
wanted. He
didn't
wanted.
get Cameron?
He wanted starting five.
You
Dad
didn't.
had 12, I just believe.
Wait, giving too much, and you might get in on giving too much.
Whoa.
Wait till we
We
get
just
to
know
you.
he got a few. A few. Not a couple, but a
His
few.
favorite rap group should be Wu-Tang Clan.
He get a lot of birthday calls.
Yeah.
Man.
So my Father's Day started like this. My goddaughter, shout out to Tanisha, texted me, and she said, "I love you, happy Father's Day, God, Dad." Then my oldest godchild, her sister Shay, wrote me this beautiful thing on Facebook, and and she tagged me, and that was very beautiful. So I salute my Uncle Tyrone because he was my biggest father figure in my life. My Uncle Tyrone did everything. He taught everybody, from driving. He taught me how to be a man. And what really was special was I used to put my aunt in her last days. And like he asked for no help. He did what he did. He loved my aunt Shirley to the death. Literally. And I always appreciate that. And then, my father texted me, and he was like, son, I'm proud of you. You don't have no kids. You've been a good uncle, and you've been a mentor to other kids. And, so happy Father's Day to you. And that's really good, coming from my father as well. And I wish him a happy Father's Day. So, I was very blessed to, even though not to have kids, but I still get these calls and stuff like that. So I felt really good about that. CP3.
Happy Father's Day.
I am my uncle, so I'll take that in the uncle aspect.
And
But yeah, Father's Day is always a rough time for me. Father's Day always a rough time for me, being I lost my dad 16 years ago. He was my best friend, my mentor, and taught me what it was to be a man. So that's why I'm like that we're doing a show like this, talking about fathers that are in their kids' lives and doing the right thing without no awards or kudos or anything. I was fortunate enough to have my dad in my life for 27 years before he passed away. Some folks didn't have their dad in their life for 27 seconds. So I know I was blessed, and I tell folks, I always give this message after losing my dad. A lot of folks are estranged from their father for something they did to their mother or whatever. You only get one dad, and once he's gone, he's gone. You just got to let go of the past and move forward. If they try to build a relationship with you, don't be reluctant. I say reach out and see what can happen, because you never know what can happen. You reach out, bury that hatchet from them old feelings or whatever, and then you might have a great relationship with your dad. Just you never know. Don't limit those possibilities because you're upset because of some stuff that either wasn't nothing that you can do about, not in your control enough that you can change about it. But if you have your dad in your life, you should reach out, because I damn sure miss my dad every day, and I would give anything to be able to have one more conversation with him, just to sit back, drink a cold one, watch a football game, and chill. So yeah, just you gotta salute the guys that's doing. I had a couple of folks that I wanted to come on that I had met that really personify being fathers in their children's lives and showing them the right way, not just telling them, but actually implementing it and teaching them lessons while they're out there in the real world. So we have a lot of that going on, but it doesn't get talked about because all we hear about is the deadbeat dads or the paternity test to see who the daddy is or whatever, all the other bullshit.
That's not on that part is.
Well, I mean, it's just see, that's a whole nother conversation. I really wasn't going there, but see, that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not even gonna go there. That'd be. I have to get on my soapbox and everything.
Well, I will say this. There, black men. There's a lot of deadbeat white dudes, but black men particularly, there's a lot of deadbeat Chinese dudes. Black men particularly, we get stigmatized as being deadbeats, and there are a lot of black men that take care of their kids.
Yep. And there are a lot of black men who step in as well.
No doubt. Been there, done that several times.
My Uncle Tyrone, not only did he take care of us, and we're not his blood nephews, but he always took care of us. He would fight for us.
Right.
He took care of my cousin Keisha. He took care of his son. He took care of stepdaughter Ursula, my first cousin. He took care of his grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Yeah.
He took care of his great grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are a lot of good my brother, you know, he's taking care of his daughter. He's taking care of his son, running his father. There are a lot of good, shout out to my best friend Eric, he's another one. He does what he has to do for his kids. There are a lot of black men that take care of their kids that get no credit. And here's the thing, they don't do it for the credit. So that's why you don't really hear them brag and boast, because if you're doing your job as a father, it's just not, you don't, it's what you're supposed to.
Right. Indeed.
And they don't worry about the credit or the fame, because if you're doing it 24/7, then you're not worried about the gram. You're not worried about social media. When you're a father regardless.
Yeah, that's why I never understood the ability to have a child and not take care of it. Look,
Yeah,
you know,
like, why are you not with your children?
That's like the pot on the kettle black.
hey, if I had kids, I would be there for them, even if I wasn't with the mother and not. You know?
Sure.
Random baby mother, did you call?
Right.
I'm just saying.
240.
I didn't raise
6110.
several children that weren't mine. So
call us so you can wish your baby daddy CP3 happy Father's Day.
yeah, please do. I would love to be in my child's life since you kept them away from me.
He already coming up with this little narrative. Well, I want to say, as far as Father's Day, I almost lost my father back in 2019 June. We've always celebrated him during Father's Day, but it means so much more to us now that we know he's still here. So we literally could have lost him. So of course I spent today, gave him his gifts, which it makes me sad because I've really been on this thing. He said men don't usually get gifts and get recognized. And of course, y'all know, y'all my co-host, y'all know I got him an Invicta watch and bracelet and everything. Yeah. From everything.
Mm-hmm.
But he was very appreciative, and when he said that, it kind of touched on, it was the truth. Like he said to my son, you know, men don't normally get recognition and gifts and things like that, which leads me to what you were saying. This country, our society, paints this picture of black men.
Yes.
And Juneteenth and Father's Day all wrapped up in the same weekend means a lot. When my son was going to a private school in DC, I would literally, I would have to take him to school, and I would literally see black fathers walking their kids in the heart of DC. I would see black, fathers walking their kids to school. I didn't see the mothers. I didn't see babysitters. I saw the dads fixing their little girl hair, straightening them up before they get into the schoolhouse, things like that. So personally, I'm like, this narrative I see firsthand that it's not true. It's not true. And then as a black woman, I feel like any good dad needs recognition. Any good dad, like whatever I can do. So I'm sending out text messages to people I don't even really rock with like that, but I know if I know they're a good dad, I'm gonna send this.
Did you send one to CP3?
No, I waited till we got here. But he's a great uncle. He's not the best dad because he doesn't even know his kids. But I mean, and that's why I got the uncle there. It's 1856. And I knew that maybe you'll get drunk enough to finally say something that leads us to the kid.
Well, I got a quick shout out to my man. I don't know if he's watching or not. Just lost his dad the day before Father's Day. My man Saeed, he's a manager at my job. He's been a great mentor.
Oh, I know Saeed.
Yeah, his father passed away. Saturday.
My dad used to work with him.
Yeah, he was supposed to come through today. He was going to spend some time with his dad before he came through, but unfortunately he passed away. He was having some health issues. He was in the hospital. He was, fighting. And just want to give a shout out to my man Saeed. He's been very instrumental in my development as a better car salesman, as a better person in general. So
He's
So-
a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
So we have another special. We have another special guest in the building. Super Dave from the
Super
Rivers
Dave.
podcast.
All right.
what's going on, bro?
You know, I told him to come through, get some food. You know, he gotta go to work.
Technical deal with
Yeah. So,
All right. Shout out to CP3. He made
Yes.
sure that we grill. We
Yeah.
got the drinks.
So,
So yeah,
I
everybody.
tell you what, today, do you have any Father's Day shout outs you want to do or Father's Day stories about this video?
So, yeah, a couple of them. Oh, let me turn this off. I was looking at the show. Bad. I gotta go.
You here now? You ain't
Yeah,
gotta watch
I
it.
ain't gonna watch it. First of all, man, it's good to be here, man. Shout out to y'all. I love the show. So to actually be here and see it being produced, you can see how the sausage is made, basically. But, quote unquote pause. Anyway, but no, Father's Day shout outs. My pops passed away in 2012. And so I just want to say to everybody, just cherish your fathers, man, especially if they're in your life. If they, around and giving you those gems and those jewels to take with you through life. Hold on to it, cherish it, because everything comes back. Life is cyclical. It's a cycle. So everything comes back around. So all the stuff that they telling you, heed it, listen to it, and appreciate it while you have it. Also, shout out to my brother. My nephew is just turned 13, and I saw that really grow my brother, changing from literally from a boy to to a man. He's 2 years older than me, but just having a child is like a life-changing event. So and I'm like CP3, I'm the cool uncle. You know what I'm saying? So
Do you have any illegitimate kids out here?
illegitimately. I can't say so. All the tests came back all the times
All
I
the
was on.
tests.
I ain't even had no test. See,
Maury, I was doing backflips.
I ain't even had no test before.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because they can't find you.
Ain't my fault. I got
feel
6
like none
names.
of this CP3 is my man. I'm not gonna say it and let y'all talk about me.
I'm used to it, man. I got 6 aliases and 3 different.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay,
yeah.
They can't find them.
First of all, let me tell you this. Since you don't know, first of all, he worked at a job for 20 years and only 3 people knew his real name.
And how about this? I knew his name only because I did payroll.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I kept to myself. I tried to keep to myself.
We didn't know his real name at work.
He tried
Exactly.
to keep himself, but he didn't keep his penis to himself.
So that's
I literally know of him as 3 names.
Okay.
And they could be all talking about me. Didn't know they was talking about me. That's how you know.
Right.
That's who you know got your back, dog. You give each of them a different secret, and see when it comes back to you, you know who not to trust.
That's actually brilliant.
I'm playing chess. They playing checkers, baby. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Oh Lord, your voice is changing.
Right,
I
right.
want shots.
She didn't want to book Uncle Nair's.
I mean,
He done turned the party. He done turned the
I
party up.
told you I was gonna bring it.
We ain't even played that first video yet. It's about to be
So,
over.
let me
God.
play a video. Let me play a couple of videos real quick, and we're gonna start with my man, who I know was a good father, OCA Stacks, Polo Stacks.
Mm-hmm.
I always watch him, and he's always shouting out his kids or doing stuff for his girls and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely. So we're gonna play OCA Stacks.
And he was on the show talking about his kids too.
Oh yeah, that's that. That is correct. One check at a time.
I put people on, understand? The streets happy. Everybody can eat.
Yeah, I don't know about him. You do that
Oh,
one.
you tagged.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you tagged me in this. Okay.
Yeah, I'll play a video. I'll play a video.
I'm gonna get got my motherfucking mic.
Glad to officially meet you,
Yes.
Super Dave.
All right.
What's going on, man? Chilling, dog. Man, maintain.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. About to give me something to eat too.
Oh, you need something, nigga. Your voice like
It's about to get down. That's
He keep looking at this bottle though.
because that motherfucker got me fucked up. Uncle Niggas ain't no joke.
Nah,
Nigga smacked me in the back of my head.
Nah, baby, it ain't no joke. It's real. It's the real deal.
Oh, you missed that part of the show?
Yeah.
Okay. So Uncle Nearest, you know what Jack Daniels is, right? Okay, so Jack Daniels got his recipe from a slave. He did not give the slave any type of recognition, any money. That slave was Nathaniel Green. So I'm sorry, Nathan Green. That's Uncle Nearest. It's his nickname. So now that he has his own, the proceeds go to his family, his lineage, and the company is owned by Black women. So there you go. I switch. I don't even drink Jack. See, there you go. Exactly.
They told me I got it, how I kill these niggas lyrical. God, they let me got make 29 is a miracle. Back in the time, a lot of niggas that time a nigga talking down. The statement didn't criticize. They only want to see it shine. That's why we grind. Really the situation. Watch me time. Let it be known. Niggas know that I ain't hard to find. Don't type my name and think we search to think it nigga mine. If I see it and I want it, then that nigga grind. Drop my children to go fuck with shine. That's what it's saying. I'm respectful with the spade now. Ain't waiting for my brother. That's why you call it mine. God, they let me got make 29 to the miracle. Smoking cookies now, I'm stuck on this. They told me I got it, how I kill these niggas lyrical. God, they let me got make 29 to the miracle. Baby, tell me how you want it.
Of course, we gotta play, because you're not gonna do it at the beginning, so we gotta play Money Combo. This is CP3's part-time hobbyist gunman number 2. That wasn't that was real life shit.
That wasn't even that.
Raise your hand if you bring a real gun to a video shoot.
And then he had 2 guns and 1 BB gun.
Raise your hand if you bring a strap on the Metro.
It wasn't loaded.
It doesn't matter. It's not supposed to be there.
It was in a white neighborhood. I'm down by the water. Virtually. That was okay. It was in Orlando. You guys in the white neighborhood, running in the night. I wasn't a white neighborhood, nigga. We was talking about cemetery. I got the hood, nigga. It just looks like daylight. Nighttime, go to your heart.
Just to let y'all know, man, we got 20,000 plays on this video. Yeah. That's just on YouTube though. Let me correct myself. We got 20,000 on YouTube. And then we got like 40,000 on the IG page.
Oh, no,
Nigga CP3, he like a slave, he like that so up, like brother.
I was calling my name, man. Get no crash.
What you say?
I ain't getting no crash.
What you say? You still bitter. Why you still bitter?
Sound like old baby.
I do. I probably do. I'm so sorry.
You know you sound like,
You sound bitter.
you know you sound like, if you better,
Uh-oh.
you know sing that song?
That's
Nigga, you know
for
this
my
song.
birthday, we should get cracked. We should get cracked.
Right?
won't play. You don't know what's up.
I'm a cancer, so
That is serious. I hate that shit.
you said you can't
You
eat
don't really
crab?
know what yours been talking about.
You said it's what?
Devil's food.
Oh my god.
I got this thing that I like to do for breathing.
You don't really want play.
Are you allergic?
All shelf is a slippery.
Okay, well then no.
You never
You can't have crabs on my birthday. We gotta figure something out.
You can get food and crab, but I ain't no faithful, but I won't eat them.
You allergic?
Like, I can't eat it.
But you can be. That's crazy.
In the morning, they talk about me, then I got it.
That's crazy.
My bitches be boring. So independent, my money be corporate. These raps is foreign. Hate me and the boys gonna adore it.
CB3 is looking for a white redhead, about 5'5" white girl.
That's good. And then you put your hands up like.
You want to weigh about 120, 26 pounds. Yeah, he like those small things that toss around.
We got, now we got another chair.
Yeah.
Right here.
You don't really want to play.
CP3, do you have all your crap on the chair?
Won't really know
I think you know you want. We gotta get him to move his own stuff. We don't know what's in there.
You don't really want to play. You don't know what's up. It's money, 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 money. It's real.
See?
So of course CP3 is not back.
Food involved.
He's feeding his face.
So let's let Lady Antoinette because
What's
know, we can talk about Juneteenth because you know
Yes,
it doesn't involve
yes.
white women. So I don't know CP3.
that? Yeah,
I know a little bit, but I don't know a lot about that there.
You know how they be trying to invite white people to the cookout?
Yeah.
He one of the ones we got put out.
CP3 the type of dude that would invite a white girl with cornrows to your Juneteenth event.
Right.
And be like, what's wrong?
And
Be
booty
down
shorts.
for the cause though. Damn, she got the cornrows.
And booty shorts and hoop earrings.
And booty.
And bamboo earrings about 2 pairs.
Right.
She got a black baby daddy somewhere.
Right, somewhere.
And I bet her name is Keisha.
Mm.
How you gonna be a white girl with a hood name?
They got them. I've seen them.
So, how do you feel about this Juneteenth?
I feel like it's a long time coming. It's something that should have been done years ago.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in this country, that's how it works for people of color, Black and brown people. Whatever that we feel like is important to us or that we may deserve or certain rights and liberties that we think that we should have as American citizens, it comes very late.
Yeah.
They move very slow. This is something that people have fought to make happen for years. So it is good to see that it's finally coming to fruition, because this has been a long battle. And unfortunately, there are a lot of naysayers out here on both sides.
So I'm about to say something controversial.
Of course you will.
Small 51 shaving the chest.
Go ahead.
So
Sarah.
one, I know the alphabet people about to hate me for it.
Oh my.
For one, I think they need to move Pride Month to May. Because it was already Black Music Month, and then people don't even talk about it.
That's true.
And now, on top of Black Music Month, we're going to have Juneteenth, Pride Month,
And Father's Day.
and you know, so it's just it's a lot of people overshadow as a Black because no disrespect. I can understand Pride Month. I can't relate to it because that's not me. I can relate to Black Music Month because that's the music I grew up with. I can relate to Father's Day because I've been a good uncle.
Well,
I can relate to Juneteenth because I'm a Black man. So I just think sometimes we just convolute everything in one month.
right.
And it's not done in Ain't nothing else happening in the 4th of July. I don't even celebrate the 4th of July because that's not my freedom day.
That's true.
My people want it free.
That's true.
It's a hypocrite day, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because we singing about freedom, and
they want free.
Yeah, the freedom only applied to a certain amount.
Actually, it only applies to white males.
Yeah. That's why I don't, and once again, that's why I don't celebrate President's Day. All that other shit, because it's propaganda. Because when you really learn the truth, well, why would I celebrate President's Day when these dudes own slaves?
Right. Well, unfortunately, the thing about June is that a lot of things have in June, including my birthday.
In my birthday.
Right, including our birthdays. They have a historical value.
Yes.
So the reason why Pride Month is in June is because something historic happened in June, on June 28th.
Did not know that.
Yeah, for in Manhattan, the Stonewall uprising is what they call it. And the first parade was ever held for the LGBTQ community was in 1970 on the 1-year anniversary of the Stonewall uprising. So the reason why they have Pride Month in June, and of course I researched it because I was like, why is
you felt like I felt
Pride Month? Well, not felt like that, but it was just like it was curious,
yeah.
you know, like why June? What's going on?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And that's just the way that I operate. Like if I'm like, okay, well, Pride Month is in June, what's going on? You know, why did they choose June? Usually, I know based on the way this country is, it's usually some type of historical
thing,
you know, background, and that's the reason why. But one thing I want to say is that I think that it's ironic that it's called Pride Month because, you know, a lot of the Christian community, they of course, you know, advise against their whole entire lifestyle.
Yeah. And
pride is literally one of the 7 deadly sins. So I think that that's kind of ironic. I mean, but that's it. I can't tell them what to call their month, but I just it's like okay.
I mean, you know what? But this is what I love about the show because we learn something. It's open dialogue. We get to see what we're gonna say.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
but I mean, I feel like June is packed. It's packed.
CPT, are you ready? Because like sweating.
Uncle Nurse had me.
Yeah, he was feeling away.
Had to feed the need. Uncle Nurse had. Yeah, Uncle Nurse smacked me in the back of the head. I had to go feed the need real quick.
I mean, you know, that's the way it is. Sometimes your ancestors speak to you in different ways.
Yeah, he was speaking to me.
That's why he smacked you.
Huh?
He smacked you in the back of the head because of that.
I didn't hear that.
What are your thoughts on Juneteenth?
I mean, excuse me, like Lady Antoinette said, it's been a long time coming. I mean, not to sound cynical, but it's a Band-Aid on a broken leg. I mean, until we can actually have the real conversation, which a lot of people on both sides are too sensitive and too defensive to have. It's a touchy situation, but I mean, it's good to see, you know, the government recognizing, you know, some things finally, you know, after years and years and decades of, you know, people basically yelling at them and they talk about, I don't understand what you're talking about. So, I mean, it feels kind of hollow, but I mean, it's something. I mean, you can always have something to celebrate. So, I mean, federal holiday, day off, why not? Fuck it.
It's about progress. That's how I look at it.
So CP3, we got a very special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
So we actually CP3, we give CP3 a lot of slack. CP3 did a good job. He actually brought a father.
Yeah, I tried, man. I know I tried. Since I'm not one
that you know about.
that I know of. Thank you. Well, I don't have a problem putting that on it because, you know,
you
anything's possible. But my pull-out game is spectacular,
okay.
so I was sticking
with
that.
Stop with that claim because we don't believe it.
I know you don't, but I do.
Dog,
I've been me. I know.
Dog, you smoke too much weed. You smoke too much weed.
And drink. Let's not forget the
Yeah.
drinks. And you
Have you
forget
ever been high
that
and
we
drunk
know
when you
you.
had sex with a girl?
Of course.
And you gonna tell me being high and drunk, you still had a great pull-out game?
Do you know who I am?
Dog,
Yes,
I've
that's
been
why
drunk-
we're saying this.
I've been drunk
y'all
and it's been hard to pull
This
out.
is the guy that practices his alphabet backwards just when he's high because in case he gets pulled over.
Okay, let me explain this to you. I am not a man, and if I were a man, I don't think I would trust my pull-out game, and I'm more responsible than you.
How do you know that? I'm an ex-Boy Scout. responsibility is one of my things.
Boy Scouts are some bullshit.
When it comes to the matter of the opposite sex
I already
and
told you,
dating,
Mr.
and,
Tingle Man. Once you
know,
feel Mr. Tingle Man, you get
the
out.
fact that you said that lets me know that I'm responsible.
That's
More,
because I
Mr.
know,
Tingle Man,
when you
that's
feel
what we
when you feel Mr. The guys know when y'all feel
As long
Mr.
as I
Yeah, Yeah,
do that,
that's the actual medical. That's the medical term for it,
That-
Mr. Tingle Man.
Here's the thing. That's not, you sound like a 2-year-old that has to go pee.
That's basically when you know to get the fuck out. Exactly.
So-
You understand?
So you telling me
When you
anytime
feel
you tingle,
when
you
you
ran
feel
out.
Mr. Tingle, I get the fuck out, and that's why I'm
And you
undefeated.
never had a slipper.
Nah, I
You
mean,
never had a chick lock
You
the
said
legs.
no.
see, this is the thing. When I actually was trying to have a kid with a young lady, we couldn't get her pregnant.
But
Never had-
you've never had a slip up. Nobody's ever gotten pregnant.
No females ever locked their legs on you.
That
Well, hold on. Let's go back. Nobody ever got pregnant?
see, that's two different questions.
Did anyone ever get pregnant, Mr. Tingleman?
Yes, but I
Okay,
didn't. But I
then.
didn't
Okay,
pull out.
so-
But I didn't pull out though. I knew I didn't pull out.
So did somebody ever lock their legs on you
Yeah, I've had that happen.
and you still pulled out?
I tried. Well, see, this is the thing. I had busted nut in the rubber. I took it off, and before I got a chance to clean off, she jumped back on, and that's how she ended up. Yeah.
So she took it.
It's her fault.
It was because she didn't give me a chance to clean off. She knew the
Hold on.
routine.
Was she 126 pounds?
She's about 130.
So 130-pound woman
Mhm.
pinned you down to the ground.
No, she
And
just
took
jumped.
your men's.
Old boy was still, and
And she just took it.
and she jumped on it before I got a chance to clean them off.
And she took it from.
She did, dog. She took it. I still feel dirty to this
There you
day.
go, being the victim again.
I feel like I need a hot shower right now,
Oh
man.
my God.
Okay, let's use you ready to get to.
We don't want to know about your hot showers because I feel like
You want to
something
introduce like
else
that CP3 shit? Obviously, you at 1-800-SIN.com.
Hey man, things happen, man. Life is funny. Yeah, we have a unique artist in the building. He's actually into more of a. I think this might be the first time for this show. More of a Christian rap with a. I don't want to say with a thuggish undertone, but with real life situations.
So a Christian version of you? Is that what you're saying?
I guess you can kind of describe
You
it.
brought a Christian rapper while you talking about Mr. Tingleman.
I mean,
Good job.
I'm just saying. Well, like I
You
say,
said that's life.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Things happen.
That's life.
But he's had an interesting background that I'm just learning about. I've met this young man. And let's go ahead and interview him and see what he's about and see if we can check out some of his music.
So what's going on, sir? Introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? Peace. Like he was saying, I wouldn't necessarily like to classify myself strictly as a Christian artist. I would say if it was anything to be Christian, no denomination, not Baptist, Catholic, Mormon, all different denominations. I'm more to spirituality, and different forms of enlightenment, not just Christianity as the base and whole, but yeah, that's the undertone. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much the whole basis of my foundation with music and speaking, basically, with people, because I want to be, speaking as well.
Okay, so let me want one thing. Move the mic closer.
That's better right there.
That's real good. That's real
right
good.
there.
Yeah. We good.
Got that spot right there, yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
we
Right
good now.
there.
So you said spirituality.
Roger.
So religious wise, you non-denomination or how do you look at yourself?
I mean, no denomination. When I was younger, I grew up in the church. Like my mom had me in the church a lot. I was and am very well versed on the biblical text, But, as I got older, I started to see a lot of, pastors and preachers that are out here are actually, not speaking enough truth, in plain text. They're reading so much, well, the Bible says this. Well, how can you break that down in correlation with the younger generations and the youth? you know, and how can you make them understand it in their daily lives when what actually they're seeing in aspects of their life daily. So, you know, I've had a lot of pastors and preachers I've actually had. And this is every pastor and preacher that's ever met me and spoke with me told me I'm supposed to be a pastor and preacher, but I don't agree with their ways of teaching necessarily. Most, I'm not gonna say all, because I just feel like they're not just basically saying who's the real villain. If the biblical sex is, I don't want to get too deep into that, but if the biblical sex,
Why? We're on a radio show.
Well,
This show is really for
We here to
the
listen
well,
to you.
if the biblical text, is correct, then they say hair of wool, skin of bronze, right? So that would be our people. So like, and I'm just telling the melanated beings, the people that are beat down, you know, it's really us that they're talking about and describing in the biblical text as God's people. They said that we will fall. That's why you have right now black on black crime. That's why you have us dehumanizing our women, you know, in our music, and you know, killing each other instead of going after the real enemy, instead of focusing on the real enemy, the people that are really harming us in our communities. So you know, that's why, like, instead of believing what they were saying, oh, Christian, that's the European way. That's what they told us when they told us that they came over here and they brought over slaves. No, they didn't bring over slaves. We were the indigenous Indians and beings here already. So, you know.
Speak on that.
Hey man, what's your IG, man?
Speak on that. Speak on that.
I've been studying.
I agree with most of the part, most of the, but I'm going to challenge you on some things right now.
Right.
So, 'cause my brother had this conversation when we was in Atlanta and stuff. And not every black person like that has Indian. So, how do you feel like when you say like you were already here? Like, not a lot of us have Indian. So how were we already here?
What they classify as Indian. See, when they brought slaves over here, like, or when they just did slave trades in the 1800s in general, okay, they only brought and moved over to the Americas 387,000. This is in the national registry for the slaves that they have documented from traveling to the different parts of Europe and Americas. So with that being said, they had a thing where they had a lot of Caucasians claiming to be Indian. They were mixing with the Spaniards. That's why you see what they call the Native Americans. They look different. They look like a white person mixed with some form of Latino or Hispanic person. You know,
Yeah, they
And
have
they
a
look
little
like,
bit of color. You're right.
Mongoloid, like Alaskan and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's where they
but
came from.
they're not. You don't really see like, and that's not saying, because you know I believe the Hispanic Latino community is you know, part of the melanated community.
They are.
You know, so I feel like they have been trying to breed with our species with the melanated being, because they want I want to stay on.
No, I'm with you.
I
I'm with
asked the
you.
question because I mean,
No. When
deep and
he
complex
said
though,
something,
right?
I understand. And let me say this: we were here, and the reason why I say that is because the Africans were master shipbuilders. The reason why you see a lot of similarities between, especially South America, like pyramids and things like that, you see it in both places, because Columbus didn't come to this area first.
no.
Okay, Africans had been back and forth. They traded with each other. So yes, we were here first. So that's the main thing. I'm not sure if that's where you were going.
We were here first in every part and aspect of the world. Like our species, we're the creator beings. Like we are the true descendants and children of God. Like they have so many different spiritual texts. Even like whether you're Buddhist. My most recent ex-girlfriend was actually Asian. She was a Buddhist. Whether you're a Buddhist, whether you're a Muslim and you follow the Quran, whether you're a Christian, any of the different denominations, whether you have no beliefs, you're atheist, or atheist is just not believing. Theology, like, is based off of what they consider the Europeans aspect of spirituality, you know, and they've taken so many different aspects of supernatural abilities, technology, magic, and they made it Satanism, and they made it black magic, and they made it wickedness and voodoo. But they're actually been taking our knowledge and our information and using it to create and excuse me, dehumanize and just I can't think of the actual word that I want to use right now, so I'm gonna just explain it a little bit more specifically. Okay, just like with television, you have television, which is words, you know, television programming. If I tell you that I'm telling you a vision and I'm programming you, what am I telling you? Television programming. So you already have TV programming right there. You have cell phones where you know what honing is and how they're honing your cells with using the cell. And we already know how there was a big deal about 5G, but they've been doing these things for years, subliminally putting messages and thoughts and subliminally changing the true spirituality and the true nature of the melanated beings to hold us down from actually reaching our God state, communicating with our ancestors and the one true God. You know, truly, we're not envisioning God or, you know, spirituality with us. We're not saying our people is godly. We are the chaos dark beings. We are the ones that will bring plagues upon this world. That was our God. That's us. That's our heritage. That's who brought us into life, into consciousness, into existence. So, you know, denying that, you know, living, you know, like person like, and I believe the story of Jesus, but in the same sentence, I believe the story of Muhammad. You know,
So,
I believe the story of Buddha.
Some of
You know,
these
I
stories
believe
are
that
the
they're all-
same.
So let me stop you right there. So most people don't realize Christianity teaches you should only do. A true Muslim knows the Quran and the Bible. A Jewish person knows the Torah and he knows like the first 5 books of the Bible, the Old Testament.
The devil himself, based on text, knows the Bible.
So the thing is, it only Christianity would say you need to read one book, and that's the one book. You know, I've watched several speeches with Farrakhan, and he's quoted the Bible. I've seen Farrakhan in churches.
Farrakhan said he believed in Jesus.
Yeah. So, you know, a true Muslim knows both.
Well, here's the thing. You're saying a true Christian, according to teachings.
Oxymoron.
Here's the thing. Unfortunately, what exactly is a true Christian? Okay, so a true Christian is supposed to be the person that's following the teachings of Christ, right? So, where are you getting this information? Are you getting the information from Christ? Are you getting the information from a king that told you this is what you read, this is what you listen to, this is what you do? So, unfortunately, there are many religions that over time people have attempted to taint.
Yes.
We hear about this all the time here in this country. We don't even have to go far. In this country, quite often people take the Christian principles and they twist them to meet what they want or what they want to teach or what they want you to believe. Even the pictures growing up that I saw of Jesus was not Jesus according to the text that they had given to us.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that said, Christianity speaks on beware of false prophets. But when you really dig deep into Christianity, they're not telling you not to learn anything else. They're telling you to actually learn everything. They're telling you to know about other people, other religions. It even says that you're supposed to love your neighbor. If your neighbor is Muslim, you still love him.
Yes.
So, with that said, sometimes the teachings don't go along with the text.
Well, one of the things is the Bible that and the fact that the Bible that's here in America is incorrect. So there's the Bible in Ethiopia, which is 500 years older than the King James Bible.
Because King James picked them shit.
Exactly.
You want people to know.
And it's, the Ethiopian Bible is 500 years older and it has no books that we've never even got to read. So
I'm trying to stay out of.
I thought that was, and I learned that like several years ago. And I actually just said, damn, y'all Bible was 500 years older. It's like, yeah, it's 500 years older than that. And like, a lot of people don't even understand. I read a lot. So the oldest written testament name of God is Paula, which is similar to Allah. So that doesn't. We all speak different languages, so we're all not going to call gods.
Here's the thing: a lot of people believe that all these different religions are actually as a result of one thing. And it's just how people viewed it, how people perceived it, how they translated it. I mean, growing up and in church, I heard Jehovah's Witness, they were bad.
Yeah.
And then a Jehovah's Witness said, a lot of Christians teach that what we do and what we talk about is bad. But what's the name of your God? In the Bible, one of the names of God is Jehovah. I was really young and I was taken aback, like, what? It really does say that in there. So that right there showed me that some of the things that I was taught wasn't necessarily straight out the Bible as to what you were saying.
And that's one of the biggest things I have right now. Like living even with my sister and my mom are two of the biggest Christians, and I swear I love them to death. They keep me prayed up. They're always praying for me and well-being in my life, But I think they're hypocrites. I think they're hypocritical. And I'm gonna say this word very they're not understanding of truth, because they think that if anyone's not my mother heard that my ex-girlfriend was a Buddhist, and she was like, well, she doesn't praise Jesus, she don't believe in Jesus like this, and I don't want to deal with nothing like this and this and this and that. And I'm like, well, how do you know? So if she's out there giving the clothes off her back to people, feeding homeless people every day, you know what I'm saying? If she's treating me more right than any female I've ever been with, in versus to all these other females who were supposedly Christians, they're Christians, they supposed to read the Bible. Because I'm big on spirituality, so I had a lot of different situations. So I asked girls, what their spiritual standings are. And it's just different for me,
Well, the funny thing is always when you have these conversations, especially with older folks, and they make statements that you like, I used to do to quote certain things to them, and they used to get mad at me. So people do that, I'd be like, well, damn, had a great conversation with my late grandfather one day. I hopped back to New York after being away for 5 years, and first thing my grandfather, I love him to death, Grandpa Jones, he looked at me, he said, when the last time you been to church? I said, well, it's been a while, Grandpa. And he looked at me and he was like, well, the Bible says you should follow yourself with, believers. You should fellowship with believers and stuff. And I said, well, Grandpa, I understand that. So let me rebuttal. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, the Bible does say that. And I was like, the Bible also says, I should keep the temple clean and all this other stuff. He was like, yeah. I was like, well, that temple is not a man-made building. That temple is my body. I said, the temple came from a human. He was like, well, I never thought about it. I said, as far as fellowship with believers, I said, me and these guys they believe we believe the same. They're on the same path.
Sometimes you have to catch dying backhand.
I don't know
what I did.
But he's trying to backhand
I'm
people.
just saying.
He's trying to backhand you.
No, that was my scripture. Sometimes you have to dying backhand.
So I was I told basically and after I had this conversation, and my uncle who's Muslim jumped in, my Uncle Junior, and he was just like, no, he's making a point. And and I said, Grandpa, I have nothing. There's nothing wrong with to go to church. However, for me, at this particular point in my life, that's just not what I want, because there were too many hypocrites in church. There were too many people that forget the phrase, that forget the passage of "judge not, or he shall be judged," and they judge people all the time.
I had fear for my life.
If I walk in with tattoos, you judging me as a thug. I could be an honorable student. I could walk in just because I walk in. Damn, yeah, somebody call 911. But just because if I walk in with a dress shirt and you can't see my tattoos, that doesn't make me any less religious. Yeah, well, I used to wear jeans to church.
It says come as you are.
But people forget that.
Yeah, oh no, because here's the thing. What we are being taught is not necessarily the teachings of Christ.
Exactly.
Okay. People tend to really forget the whole purpose of it. It is come as you are. But how many black churches growing up that you knew you better not come
as you are?
Yeah, you come in your Sunday's best. And that is not the Bible. That's actually just tradition.
Exactly.
It's a difference.
So people forget when you read the Bible and stuff that Jesus actually prophesied to the beggars, to the homeless people. He didn't do
and you're supposed to go in these areas. And that's the thing. You're supposed to go into these areas and still teach the word of God. You're supposed to still teach. If you're a Christian, you're still supposed to give them the word. So as to what you were saying in reference to your last girlfriend, your job as a Christian is to tell her the good news. Okay? That's what you're supposed to do as a Christian. You're not supposed to say no to her.
But I don't like. It's like her to like tell her the good news though. But like what she believes in, I believe like could be like true as well.
Yep.
So like I couldn't really like necessarily tell like it's just like me embracing like good people like energy and vibrations like because like the way that like English and like anything that's European or English made, I discredit because like just even in the English literature, the three biggest things that I study is numerology, the study of numbers, etymology, the study of words, and symbology, the study of symbols. Like you look at the word live backwards, evil, right? Simple, man did that, right? But live backwards is devil, right? Simple, man did that, right? God, you take out of good in this guy, and the same for, what I'm saying, evil, devil, and it's like a play on words, but even how like we're made up of water, right? Like we're made up of, they say how much percent water? 88. I've heard 86 up to 96% before, but
I'm 80% alcohol.
I'm 75% herbal.
That's the problem.
I'm 75% herbal.
That's the problem. That's why I chose go the way that they go. Okay?
I'm just saying.
Just let y'all know.
Hey, we gotta get back into it. I gotta break out because I gotta get back to work. You do this speaks the truth. Take your time. Keep studying, bro. Keep seeking the truth. You got it, man. Like I hear it in you. I see the light in you too, man.
So I'll give you his information. My man took the name of the Neighbors podcast.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
He does his own podcast.
You gonna do it tomorrow? What you gonna do? I'm gonna see you list.
Oh yeah, we can do it tomorrow.
Yeah. Boss said he gonna be on here too.
All right, cool. I got you.
Man, it's a pleasure, man. I'm gonna get you.
Hit him
up to get it from.
Big shout out to Super Dave.
Shout out to Super Dave, Neighbors podcast. And I'll be on the Neighbors podcast tomorrow at 7
p.m. Facebook.com/neighbors/the neighbors livecast. I'll put the link up somewhere.
There you go. Put it in the comments.
I definitely do.
There you go.
All right. Cool. One of my favorite podcasts. Always support. I really like talking interesting stuff. So, you know, when we don't have, it's not the home cookie cutter interview. That's how I was trying to prep. Are you sure you're gonna ready? Because like I'm just shooting from the hip.
This right here is something that the Black community needs to have a conversation about.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm trying to preach to like the youth. You know what I'm saying? I might look like a baby, but I'm actually 30 years old, and
Okay, what?
I'm actually, I know, because I look like, you know what I'm saying?
No, back up. Let's back up. Okay. First of all, I might look like a baby, but I'm 30 years old. You still a baby.
But I mean, that's like, you know.
Even though I claim 25. Even though I claim 25.
I mean, I got bad dreams that are 30 years old.
Oh, you know it. But I mean, but I understand what you're saying.
You be 3 after 15-year-old son.
Probably a 30-year-old.
I'm still tripping off
He
the
might
25.
he might have a 30-year-old.
I'm still tripping off the 25-year-old comment by Lady
I
Anthony.
don't care. Tell me I'm wrong.
I ain't saying you wrong. I'm just, like I said, I'm just tripping off. Like I'm doing my math. Like, hold up, I worked with you for how long? Hey, I'm uncle.
25.
I'm uncle.
Let me tell you something. My daughter will be 20 this year. And every time I say it, people listen like, what?
Yeah, y'all do look like sisters.
See, there you go. So don't hate on me when I say I'm 25.
But not 25
Hey,
year old sister.
mind
Just saying.
your business.
I'm gonna let you go there. I just ain't gonna let you go all the way there. See, help! Somebody call security.
Yo.
Blazer got pulled out.
I know you feeling funny because you don't see the bracelet, but you don't know what's in the bag.
Hey, man. She already got the blade out already. Yeah, that's I already got my live feed, so we got witnesses viewing me live. If anything happened to me, y'all know who to talk to. She pulled it out like 10 minutes ago. She pulled it out like 10 minutes ago. I was like, all right.
He started trying to scoot away from me. I ain't playing with him.
Don't make me have to grab my taser.
Oh, you gonna have to grab it. I already got my stuff.
Hey.
What is this, water roses?
I'll take a stab wound.
A few.
No, you won't.
I have.
And I know where to stab you.
That makes it premeditated.
No.
Nigga, did your voice change again?
It did. As he drinking that Uncle Nearest.
I told you Uncle Nearest smacked me around today.
Okay, you still on
camera.
camera.
You on camera.
You still on camera.
You on candy camera.
I just been chilling.
Yeah. But now when we got the guests, we tend to keep the guests on camera.
Yeah, we got you on camera.
Every time with Jay, we change it up. But
See, you gotta understand that.
Hey, Bo.
While you on camera, I got this man over here drinking, which is also, a black and
off camera.
And off camera, and then just in case something go down, the camera on you. You see what I'm saying?
I'm still recording my backup drive.
Yeah,
though.
but
They might not see it live, but they'll see it sooner or later. Somebody call Perry Mason.
Perry Mason. See, he done had too much drink.
I was watching Perry Mason. Man, I love my mama house.
He just said something about
my
Perry
mama
Mason.
was watching Perry Mason, so I was watching Perry Mason with my mama. All right.
You watch a lot of white shows.
Man, because you got to learn the law to beat the law.
That watching white shows about the law.
That's how I stay out of jail.
What? Didn't you just never?
Anyway,
we're gonna talk to this young man over here. You still on camera?
You still on camera, people?
This is a baby, y'all. You know what I'm
saying?
You're a father, right? So happy Father's Day. Happy
Appreciate
Father's Day.
that, man. Appreciate that.
We got like 16, 17.
Yeah, I'm working on it, man. But right now, I only got. I'm gonna say I have 4, but I have 3 and a stepdaughter. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's what's up.
I mean, look, if you claim it, claim it.
That's your baby.
That's your
baby. Her life. So that's good. But I got a question. So you got a question? I got a question.
You go first.
You know I got a question.
I know you got a question.
Right.
Let's go.
I got 2 questions, but I'm gonna ask the first one. Since it's Father's Day, we want to focus on the fatherhood. Okay. So, as far as your children, our goal as parents is to raise them, guide them, so that they can become productive and successful adults. I tell my kids that all the time. So it may sound rehearsed, but I say it all the time. With that said, what are some key things that you feel that you need to teach your kids, and then to all the fathers who are watching, to be something that you would advise them to teach theirs as well?
Talk to CB too.
Yeah. So tell him how he, something that he
just
did.
like, for me, like, just love them, like, you know what I'm saying? Love them, like, embrace them, like, you know what I'm saying? Love that child, you know what I'm saying? Just, and just, teaching was real. Teaching to be loved. You know, I was fortunate to have a good dad. He passed away in 2013, but my father was love and showed me love. You know, he showed me how to be a loving man. Even though he had mistakes, he was a flawed man. He made plenty of mistakes. He did bad things. You know, as a good man.
None of us are perfect.
You know, so he
Shout out to CP3.
I try though. I try.
Oh, and two, shout out to my brothers, man. Say happy Father's Day to both my brothers. Well, to all my brothers.
Yes.
So, but really just an aspect because I have three daughters. Just teach them how a man should love them. 100%. Teach them, like, and then but then teach them, like really like the thought process of men, and just like help them to understand life, because they're gonna be in situations, we're fathers, but we can't, father our children everywhere. Just like I had to live my own life and go travel the world and do whatever I've done. I expect my children to grow and do the same.
Right.
So it's just about teaching them how to handle different situations and just understanding men and knowing men and just teaching them how to be just be love and good woman, and they might make mistakes, they might have flaws, and everyone's going to, but I just feel like just guiding them about just truly how I think that's the biggest thing, and that's why I feel that it's lacking with the community in the African American home, fathers being there, like black fathers being there, and really just teaching like their daughters too. Like there's so many like black women in this world that are just bitter with men, sperm donor and just like this, about their fathers, and like there's a lot of good black men, and the world is different right now, so it's important that teaching your little girl love and men and the way of the world, so later on in life that can spread just one whole level of consciousness and growth within the community in the long term and development. Because when it's all said and done, this life means nothing. This life that my children live means nothing for them if I don't give them a spiritual body and something to truly hold on to, something of, substance truly, but, in this aspect, just teaching them how to maneuver in this world, in this dimension, how to understand different aspects and vibrations, frequencies of vibrations, people's vibes, understand vibrations,
Okay.
and just...
I like that. You got any questions, CP3?
Nah, just
How
listen.
can you find your lost kids?
I ain't looking for them if they coming out.
Oh, no.
It might be, it might be an NFL prospect. I'd be there. Nah, just messing
You
around.
know what?
Did you just put a Shaq's daddy?
I'll be there
You know
for
what,
him.
CP3?
I'll be there for him.
You
I don't know if you was joking. Or did you say it?
Because I always think about that.
But the
If
great
I
thing
do
is
have,
we do see that in real life, and
Yeah.
I feel like you've
I
commented
contributed.
on that.
I contributed. He got my genes.
No,
I did my part.
you get shade. That's what you get.
Oh, you think he got the title from? He didn't get it from his mama.
How you know?
She wasn't a linebacker.
That don't mean she ain't had a talent. I wasn't a linebacker either, but guess what?
You ain't squared
I
up
could
and
take
tackled nobody.
You forgot who you talked to.
Uh-huh.
I used to stay playing football with the boys in the neighborhood. I done got off many hits that they were too embarrassed to
I'm
let
talking
people
about
know.
my supposed possible baby mama. Ain't none of them squared up and played no football. All right, I ain't date you. All right, leave me alone.
You right.
Exactly.
No, because you wouldn't be here today to talk about.
See, I feel threatened. Security.
I'm being real though.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I love you to pieces, but
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, I'm still shocked that nobody stabbed you.
I don't get stabbed. I told you I don't have those bad things happen to me because I'm always up front. I might be a sorry motherfucker, but I'm an honest sorry motherfucker.
Did you just say?
He did. He said that.
That's the truth, man.
So, how has being a father changed you from when you weren't?
My last one, I love all my daughters to death. Like,
But you got all daughters?
yeah, my oldest.
He got the curse.
But you got all girls?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all girls.
Shoot.
All three girls.
You
Yeah.
player.
We're gonna go ahead and pray for you.
Yeah, you know, but my youngest one, like, she broke my heart, and I feel like she showed me, I don't know, she broke my heart, I've already had two daughters, so it was just she really just broke my heart, and she's actually one to have, and she's just precious, and she just she opened me up to I can't, is it agape? The word in the Bible,
Agape love.
love,
Yeah.
she and she's my twin. She has the same astrological sign as me as well, and
And
that
what's
was
that?
crazy. Scorpio.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one up here. When's your birthday? Because that's the first thing I asked. What you and CP3 have?
November 19th.
I'm the 15th.
I know.
Told you, man. Shit happened for a
Were you
reason.
born in recovery back in the day? Don't answer that.
So here's the thing. When they asked what you guys have in common, the first thing I said was your birthday because you gave me that vibe. Maybe that's why. Mm-hmm.
She have a nickname of Feet, because his nickname is Foots.
Y'all too much. Y'all got stuff in common.
Hey,
Hey,
that's one word.
And I feel like he probably got.
I used
I
to.
feel like he got some daughters out here because of how he acts.
You know what? If you had a kid, I bet you'll be a daughter.
I do too.
It wouldn't be a son. You know why? Because you do
Too much like right.
You do too much janky shit.
They don't want a little mini me out there. It'd be a
People
problem.
afraid that you wouldn't have a son.
I mean, it would be cool to have a fourth.
You probably have to change your name because I'm sure his name is Foots Jr.
Hey, man, it still be CP4. Get a tattoo on him and everything.
So,
if you have a son named Foots,
but they do say
call
that,
us or email us.
they do say that your children break your heart. That's what they do.
They do what?
They break your heart, your children.
Well, I'm hoping that I can teach my daughters not to excuse me. I don't. I'm hoping that I can teach my daughters and guide my daughters not to maneuver in a way to break my heart, but they could break my heart. But what's breaking my heart? Breaking my heart in the world. But if they don't break my heart spiritually, they can never break my heart. As long as they try to grow and develop mentally and spiritually, and try to be beings of love and peace. No matter what mistakes they make, they might be the worst person in the world. Even Hitler. People talk about how Hitler did this to Germany, and he put babies in ovens and stuff like that. But I guarantee you, Hitler had people that loved him, a mother, a auntie, a cousin, a nephew, sisters, whoever, all the family. He had people that loved him. So it's to each their own. Because what someone see as a bad person, or
I'm gonna tell you like this. You're trying to get this band that can shut off.
I'm sorry.
Jewish people will not play that Hitler shit.
I'm sorry. I'm just not. No.
I get what you saying.
No, but he's saying, regardless how bad the person is, there are people who love them.
Yeah, somebody.
But that's heartbreaking. I'm sure that there are people who loved Hitler, who his family members, he broke their heart.
Yeah.
Because look at what he did. So it's real.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. There are some people that
there are people who love CP3.
It ain't too many, but yes, a couple. It might be a couple.
Preferably a redhead about 5'5" and a 130.
Between 5'5" and 5'8".
And
I'm flexible.
And Hitler had a family. He didn't come out of nowhere. He didn't just drop off the sky. So I get it. I get what you're doing.
I don't think, I don't, they might kids are gonna break your heart, cause I feel like, I may have broken my mother's heart. I might not have gone in the direction or done the things, she may have wanted me to
Right.
done or moved away in the direction she may have wanted me to go. So, you know, it's really just about like individual because like this is our creation. You know, the way I see it is like everything that you're seeing, you create. You created this reality. This is like your lesson, and vice versa for me. Like we're all like envisioning our aspect of life. So it's like what we're gonna achieve and gain from it. So it doesn't matter. Like even like as our children, like I could say my mother and my father didn't give me this and this and this and this and that, but then like what is my life to live, you know? So in the most aspect, it's important for them to develop and grow, you know, and have their own personal experience in this life. So as long as they are spiritually at peace and, you know, have some type of true spiritual connection to the Most High, the higher power of God, you know, then
Kind of like the first 4 books in the New Testament.
I mean, I really wouldn't I mean like I'm not really a big Bible thumper nowadays just because like they just say if you don't believe the biblical text or if you praise a different God because actually one of my best friends he believes in I really don't even want to get into it.
Just go ahead.
You ain't open up the door now.
Go ahead.
He wears like the whole Bahamut chain. He got the Bahamut ring and everything like that. His wife's actually Indian. He you know actually dabbles in a bunch of different gods, deities, and entities. You know, and he actually you know like even like shrooms and like acid. There was different forms in DMT. There was different forms of opening your pineal gland. Back in the day, like that they didn't talk about in these ancient, you know what I'm saying, Egyptian, you know what I'm saying, cultures that they were actually using to enlighten themselves and actually become one with the universe. You know, universe means una means body, and then or no, una means one, and then verse means song, so one song. So in the universe, so we're trying to get on that one song, that same like frequency. So that's like with the whole like the wavelength, and that's why like they say people gonna ask and shrimp like, hey man, like trippy. They think that they are like whacked out, but like it's actually like becoming one with like we're understanding that everything comes like 360. We're all created from the same thing. So it's like the yin and the yang still comes from the body of God, like the ultimate high, the actual creator of everything was like, what's the worst thing I can think of? The worst, absolute worst thing I can think of. Okay, I'm gonna create that. I'm gonna create 1 million of them. Now, what's the best thing I can think of? I'm gonna create 1 million of them, and I'm just gonna have all these bodies of creation from me. So when they say you go back to the light, you ultimately go back to the source, you know. And that's like for the melanated beings, we are the source. We are connected to the source, you know. That's why we're the most loving, caring, and giving beings, and keep forgiving these people and these races and nationalities for committing these heinous crimes against us, but won't stand up for our own people.
Well, I brought up the first 4 books of the Bible when you spoke of how people perceive it. You live in your life, I'm living mine. We're going through the same experiences, but it's different things. So Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they each wrote about the same things, but from their perspective. So that's the reason why I brought it. But I feel you.
I'm pretty much play some music.
Okay.
So we're gonna play another good father. Shout out to my man Jay Paul. He's about to get back on the road. He had the CS suffer a broken foot. Several months ago, he had his baby girl. He's won contest. He actually won a belt. They took a picture with the baby girl laying next to the belt. So salute. We're gonna do his joint handle. And then we'll play. Oh, then we gotta play Go Villain after that. He's also another.
Mr. Villain.
Mr. Villain.
I told him to come through, but he was doing something wrong.
Probably. And I know if he would have been here, we would have had a 5-hour show.
Man! I'll never forget when he gave him that 100, was it 31 from Detroit? He's like, that other stuff?
He done been here a couple times, and we got him right each time. And this one,
Hey,
look, I was
Renegade.
sitting in between them.
Lighter.
Comatose so that you fall?
Yo, that joint slumped.
He right. Oh, okay.
He just got back from Miami.
Right. I done got her back from Miami. Done fed this man.
He ain't take no drink though.
He said he tired.
That's all they were doing was drinking this weekend.
But you had this one right. You had the 100 one right. So he been, once you had Uncle Nearest, I said, once you had Uncle Nearest, that's something you can't forget.
Yeah.
But that joint is serious business. Why you look at me and shake your head?
Enjoying it? You good? Yeah.
You want to hurry up and go camera. You look like my own camera. Oh.
I like talk about this, like what I like to do. Like, don't even like the most of them. They just talk. Like,
Well, the thing about it, football talkers, we can all talk about anything.
Yeah.
Guests don't come, we don't really care.
And I'm one of those people that know a little bit about.
No, I can't let nobody handle me.
Matter of fact, I got the unk and the iron rod around my
Let
neck.
nobody handle me.
You talking about,
Before they handle me.
opening certain eyes and all that stuff. I already know. Matter of fact, I can't stand up a breaking stage because we need it here. I'm not gonna name no names, but some people need that.
it's like very knowledgeable. That's you, so my first on the
The whole point of the show is like, you gotta talk about it. I like to think about it. Like, I like to,
Don't try to stage me with marijuana. Did you see him? He trying to stage me with marijuana. So Sean got me taking these like roll up and first I didn't say no tea and no weed. Yeah, I used to smoke.
It works.
I might so.
Not doing that. That's taking it.
Okay. It's like 3 of them in the little
Like when he
thing.
told little mama that
It looked like the little joints you get from
yeah,
the
the young
So we got a watch. We got a little pocket watch too.
Yeah, you know, we had a conversation. You tried little
I
Kim?
told y'all the 18 granders.
That plan that
It's Friday. I said this family. Nah, I don't know. But this family was off Friday because of Juneteenth.
we started conversation.
I had to work, so I was, oh my God. And then I had to get up on Friday and then he came over. Huh?
Then I was like, I'm tired. Keep it sitting thinking back to my never gonna. I tried. Look at the signs.
Leave me there trying to get me relationship advice.
You gotta listen for the signs. The signs are key. Certain phrases mean something. I ain't never gonna let you go. That's not love. That's not love.
He said, I let you slip out my hands before. I'm not gonna let that happen again.
Translation. I'm killing you, me, and the dog.
Even if you did something fucked up, ain't going nowhere.
We not in a relationship, so.
One of y'all is. Might not be you.
But y'all said that about boy. He just.
Oh boy, still learning.
Old boy. Unfortunately, he's one of those Scorpios that's
What is with y'all?
It's not all of it. It's gonna be some of it. I'm on the other side of it. I used to be one of those. I ain't there no more. I used to be there. So I understand.
You ain't hear what he said in the song? He talking about putting his dick in the girl's throat.
I'm in the stratosphere right there.
He was, but that's something that I thought you would notice.
You know where I am right now.
Like, I can't even see your eyes.
We can't never see this man eyes.
Like literally, this
And
nigga,
he keeps drinking Uncle Mary, so you best not blame nothing on me.
this nigga look like he's asleep.
The way he was choking, like we.
Yeah, Uncle Neri smacked me again. I was drinking it and I was with the swallow it, and then the vapors went up my nose at the same time, and it smacked me in again. And I was like, oh Lord. Like Uncle Neri ain't playing tonight.
Can you turn the fan over here, because it is a little warm in here, but this man been sweating the entire time. Like, do you not know you sweating?
That's what I do.
Nigga, you sweat like a slave.
I know, man. I'm
And
warm.
I
I'm
feel
warm,
like it's a little warm in here, but it's making me real hot. Like damn, it must be like 102 in here, because the way he's sweating.
I'm deep in thought.
You deep in thought, so you sweat. What she look like? That's your boo? Oh, dang. Oh, she not a white girl.
I know I can
Yeah.
Oh, let me see.
I know I can have better.
I mean, I think it's cheap.
You do the light spot, but it's just
All I see is her cheeks and the she got big boobs.
I ain't a big city bag.
She got some big.
Yeah, I know. I like A and B cup.
So you like boobs that look like little balls?
No, anything over a mouthful is a weight. That's just my, but I like because nobody pay attention to them because they so small.
That's a lot.
No, I'm talking about them.
That niggas ain't gonna fuck any of these.
No, but they don't pay attention to the titties. So when you pay attention to them and start sucking on their titties, they have a titty orgasm and they never had one before, and that shit fucks them up.
Okay. What difference do that make? What size they are?
Because they're small, dudes don't pay attention to them. They just go straight for
Oh, so you go for the vulnerable one.
Just like I go to the black people meet site and look for white girls. I know what they is for.
He tries that way.
No.
He likes the women with small breasts because most men don't pay attention to them.
It's like you go to black people meet to meet white girls. You know what they there for. Cut out the middleman.
He's the type that cries on the week. So that's why you was getting with the girl with the nose.
The meat sucks when you cry.
Giggity, 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 nigga.
So this girl, she got too many boobs. She got too much boobs for him. And you know, men probably pay attention to her boobs, so he don't want her.
I'm not a big titty man. I'm a thigh leg and ass fan.
Well, she got that. I done seen her cheeks and her thighs many times in here.
I'm not attracted to her face. She's not cute.
Her face not
Yeah, she's not cute. I have standards.
I
Yes, I do.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
You don't like the
It's
lashes?
new, but I
You like the
have.
lashes and stuff?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that stuff either. I like my women natural. And that's so hard now. That's why I'm single. They all got artificial something.
That's not true.
They got artificial
Yeah,
something.
okay. So that was a new video. So I saw this young lady on Alana DeVille's page. Name is like Mimi Coconut. And she had a new video premiering the other day, which was her birthday.
Okay.
On June 10th. So I saw the video. I was like, okay, we'll play it. Definitely, and shout her out.
We got a vibe to it.
It do. Of course, you know that's not CPD's thing because any video talking about a bad nigga in a relationship, he done been there.
I've been there. I used to be that dude, so you know it hit home
Used to be.
sometimes.
Used to be.
I don't even get the chance no more. See that's the thing that's funny. When I
okay,
wasn't
not having a chance and still being that dude are two different things. I just asked you a question. You used to be that dude?
I used to be that dude, but I haven't had the opportunity to show that I'm a good dude and I'm a better dude. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Because, you know, things is crazy right now, man. I mean, the relationship game is crazy. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to get on for no tangent because that'll be another hour-long show.
Oh, my. Yeah,
but, you know what?
I don't know if we can handle...
See, I've been trying to chill this show, so...
Yeah, you have, yeah.
Exactly.
So we need to give you Uncle Nearest more.
Nah, I'm just chilling because I'm in the zone right now. Yeah, I'm full. I'm in the zone right now. But yeah, it's kind of crazy right now with the whole dynamic of relationships, with the whole technology, and you know, folks sliding in folks' DMs and trying to be faithful. Like folks don't know how to be faithful no more. That shit that tripped me out.
But
do you slide in DMs?
Well, I'm single, so I can slide anywhere I want to.
Okay.
But if you in a relationship, would you slide for like DMs?
Nah, back in the old days, yeah. Now, nah, I wouldn't do that.
Maybe they just smell the cheat on you.
I mean, that's possible because I did a lot of fucked up shit. As I was saying, I did a lot of fucked up shit.
So if your girl, you in a relationship with a girl, right?
And
she slides in another dude's DM.
We having a situation.
We breaking up. We ain't talking. We having a conversation.
You acting a fool. You slashing tires. What you?
Nah, I'm of the mindset. You know, if it ain't meant to be, it ain't meant to be. I ain't gonna get mad, emotional, and start cussing and fussing. I mean, you know, you ain't the chick for me. I'm not gonna do nothing to get me no charges. So I'm gonna just let it go. Long as you know she just roll.
Okay, you too petty for that. What you gonna do? Tell us the truth.
What you really gonna do?
In my past, yeah, I used to do some fucked up shit. Yeah. Like I smash her friend or
her mama.
Yeah, her mama was nice, yeah. But I mean, I don't do that anymore.
Did you ever take gifts back?
Hell no.
Once I give them gifts in the first place.
True, I didn't. But
that much I know.
I mean, I gave some gifts, but
did you really have to put them on blast like that?
I mean, I was just being real.
I have given some gifts, but it was
besides dick.
Yeah, right. I have given some.
Because that's not considered a gift for her. No.
It's because you wrap it up in a condom.
With a bow on it. It had a bow on it.
He had it in the box.
It had a bow on it too. But
a bow.
Yeah, I put a
bow
on it. But yeah, one of my girlfriend, when she got the job at in Houston and we drove down there, I bought her a TV for a living room, bought her a bed for a new apartment. And we went out to one of those fancy ass Texas steakhouse and
you was balling,
dropped almost $300 for 2 people. I was like, God damn.
So you bought the TV.
Bought a TV, bought a bed.
The bed.
And a good dinner. Oh hell yeah. I mean, she was taking care of me, man. Shit, she was making 6 figures. She was flying me down to Texas once a month. I was having a good time.
I keep telling you, why didn't you marry her?
Because it was some. No, it was some
Shout out to Houdini.
It was some other situations. Nah, see we had a 6-year relationship and we weren't in the same state for longer than a month throughout our whole 6-year relationship.
Okay, why you ain't just move?
Because a certain company, when I tried to transfer to Houston, wouldn't allow the transfer to go through when I was trying to make that move.
So why don't you just quit and then find a...
Because I was going to get my fucking 20 years. I wasn't leaving without my 20 years of my pension.
Dog.
Bastards.
A real woman making 6 figures versus you getting your 20 years.
Well, she actually, all right, not to go too much into detail, we had a rule that she couldn't be with another female unless I was there, and I couldn't be with another female unless she was there. She went to her school reunion, but before she went, she asked me the question, would I mind if her and her ex-girlfriend hooked up? And I told her, if I'm not there, what does that tell you? No. And you know what happened. She did. Yeah.
So you broke up with her?
No, we didn't break up after that. No. We worked it out.
We missing an important question here.
I
mean, chicks that you smash,
Well, this is the one that was sending her girlfriend to take care of me, so I wouldn't cheat.
But she wasn't there. So
I didn't.
How many chicks did you smash out of the relationship?
I didn't because she was sending her girlfriend.
Okay, but she wasn't there. So how many times did you smash off somebody? Because how do you know that's not a test?
How do you know that she sent her girlfriend? Her girlfriend just came over with some dick.
No, because we talked about it beforehand.
Right, but how do you know that wasn't a test?
That what wasn't a test?
Her sending her girl there. First of all, if y'all had
no, because we talked about that.
If y'all had a rule that you couldn't smash nobody, right, unless she was there, she could easily test that theory. Hey, I'm gonna send my girl over there to take care of you. She ain't there, so technically that's against the rule. But when she asked you, so y'all can talk about it, if she can go smash off her ex-girlfriend, you said no.
That happened before that situation.
Okay.
Because this is when she was in Africa for 6 months at a time, and that's why she allowed me to do that because she knew we were apart that long. But she had made that mistake before, and I forgave her. We stayed together after that.
You literally got a girl that's sending you girls.
That's why we didn't break up.
But listen, you sending you girls to smash, and she said, "Can I go smash my ex chick?"
That's why I say the chronological order is that happened before she was doing that.
Okay.
So, but at the same time, I feel as though she was willing to put more into the trust thing than you were.
No, because I wasn't cheating. She did that on her own because she was like, I know how you are.
I wasn't.
So I'm gonna do this because
she accepted you for being a hoe.
Basically, yeah.
But you didn't accept her for being one.
I did, but the fact that we spoke about it before she left and she did it anyway and then tried to cover it up is what. She came back home and she ain't want no dick.
I don't know what's wrong with her.
Yeah, because that's all she was talking about until the 12 hours when I didn't hear from her. But all of a sudden she come home, she ain't want nothing. I'm like, you could at least disguise it better. You could at least suck my dick or something.
Wow.
So she would have sucked it and gave it back to her.
I'd have let it go. Yeah, I told you, I'm a victim of head, man. I'm sorry. I can't turn it down, dog. I'm sorry. It's my weakness, dog. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is.
Even if you're in a relationship.
But it was her giving me head. Where am I wrong at? If I choose to forgive.
I love these conversations.
I mean, I was getting so many. I mean, I was getting so many perks out of the situation. I can't, like you said, I couldn't be mad if it happened. I was in my feelings because I didn't get none when she came back home.
No, you're not mad. You mad because you couldn't get no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it was another chick. If it was another dude, I probably would have been blown. But another chick, I ain't really tripping. I was just mad because I couldn't get it because I didn't, because I was being good. I didn't do nothing wrong. I deserved to get that nut off.
You couldn't wait a day?
Why should I? I waited 4 days when she was gone. She got hers off and she was out. Why can't I get by? I was forgiving.
So that 5th day would have gave you blue balls or something?
I'm just saying, I was
I
in my
guess he thought he was about to die.
I was still in my 20s, man. You know, I was a different person then. I was doing some things.
The fact that you can never admit that you're wrong.
How was I wrong in that situation?
Let me say this. Every time we have these discussions, you're never at fault. That's how you always defend yourself.
How was I wrong in that situation?
Hold on. The fact that you always defend any action, no matter what it is.
Because it's so
no matter when you smash the married lady on the parking lot of the church.
It was not the parking lot. It was the parking lot next to the church.
It was the church daycare. Okay? And that they own.
And I didn't smash. I just got some dome.
Okay. The fact that you defend this type of behavior makes people, meaning us, think that you are literally the same type of person.
That's who I used to be.
But you defend all of it, so how do we know you've
Because
changed?
I had a logic behind why I did it. I didn't do it just to do it.
Okay, but a different person will change their logic, right?
And I have.
But you haven't. You still defend what you did.
Because I had a reason why I did it, so I'm always going to defend that.
Having a reason doesn't mean that that reason is correct. It's
Yeah.
right.
But it's still my logic behind it.
So, you ready to go back to our guest?
Sure. I mean, hey, we can talk about this type of stuff all day.
No. It's just ratchet. I'd rather talk about.
But I'm a changed man.
I'd rather talk about Jesus. 'Cause you need.
I mean, it's not my fault folks can't watch the show because of the real stuff I talk about.
Wait, whoa.
No,
Wait, hold up. Flag on the flag.
Flag on the flag.
Who can't watch the show because of what they talk about? Who can't watch the show?
Certain folks getting their feelings about some things, and it
What
trips
they
me
getting
out.
their feelings about?
About some of the stuff that I discuss on the show. I mean, like you know, some of the things in my past.
Toes.
I don't suck toes, man. I told you, man.
Booty.
Hey, fresh out the shower. Shit happens. They only that
So what
far
are they
apart.
saying to you?
Nah, they
Has
say
been
that.
multiple people.
Yeah, there's been a couple of folks that I've been conversing with.
Are they jealous?
I don't know what it is. They just say that they can't watch the show.
But they have to give a reason.
They just say that some of the stuff that I talk about, kind of gives them a different perspective of me. But I'm like, don't get my radio persona confused with my real life persona. This is what I do for entertainment. Just like if I was a wrestler, would you get upset if I put somebody in the hair like I'm about to hurt him or something? No, I'm just
But you're not wrestling. This is not wrestling.
And I'm not doing the things I'm talking about. I used to do some of those things.
You talk about your true story stuff.
Yeah, this is stuff that's happened in my life, in my past.
It may be.
So
they find issue with that.
That's cool.
So are they afraid of the stuff you talk about? Or
They never go into details.
Are they disagreeing?
I mean, this has happened several times. I've actually have a relationship end because of the shows that I do.
You know what?
So, I mean...
Oh, my
you had a stalker, too.
Yeah. So, I mean, it gets kind of wild. Yeah. I mean, they like 19 hours away, so, I'm cool.
He dropping hints, I swear.
I can stay with that.
He be dropping nuggets. We both can. We know, but
I'm straight with no change.
Because, sometimes you gotta shake things up, baby, see what happens. Life, you only live once. But yeah, it should just be crazy sometimes.
Yes, you only live once, but do you have to be a thought during that life?
I haven't been my whole life.
Not the first 5 years.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I told you I've changed now. I went through my thought years.
So how many times you said I love you and actually meant
it? Dang, look at his face.
I've only said I love you a few times.
But did you mean it?
When I said it, I meant it, yeah. Trying to think how many times have I said it.
I only said if I mean it.
Yeah, me too. I think it's only been like maybe 5 times.
Was it to the same person?
No.
5 different people?
4. I said it to one chick twice.
So you was in a relationship and you tell her you loved her twice in a relationship?
No, I mean, in 2 separate occasions we had broke up and then we were thinking about getting back together.
That's why you said I love you, because you was like, I want to be back with you, I love you.
Yeah, but I don't repeat. Nah, never, that's... No.
So in that 6-year relationship, how many times did you tell me you loved her?
I told her I loved her all the time.
So you said it more than 5 times?
But no, I'm saying that on different occasions. I'm not saying, oh, you mean how many times I said it? I probably said it thousands of times. I thought you meant to like how many people have I said it to.
Question. If a chick, if you have sex with a chick, she says I love you, what do you say?
I've had that happen. That's kind of awkward.
What do you say, nigga?
You won't even say it. He's like, that's awkward. Okay.
I mean, it was. I'm trying to figure out. So I'm trying to remember what did I do. I'm trying to think what did I do when that happened.
Nigga, you might let him sway one more. Nigga, he said I love you back.
Nah, I don't think I did.
Nigga, you probably did. You trying to get that nut off.
Yeah, so I probably just let it go. I didn't even I probably told her to get on her hands and knees and put her face in the pillow so I wouldn't have to hit that shit again.
Nigga, no. When a female says it, you don't say anything. She'll ask you in the middle of sex. And be like, yo, do you love me? You heard what I said? I said I love you.
See, I ain't did that.
That's what I say. I've only had it happen a couple of times.
And what you do? What are you gonna do?
I kept stroking.
You go down? Start making time.
Well, I'll probably have some music. I probably have some music going. I just turn the volume up and shit.
After what he just said, I'm so over y'all. Both of y'all. Did you heard what he said?
What?
He said, was she down? So he asked.
I'm just saying, I've had it happen.
I can't do it.
I had a chick propose to me one time.
Wait, while you having sex?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
What did you look at her butt?
What did you
You
say?
was looking at her butt, weren't you?
No, I was not.
You nasty.
Did
He
you
laughing real hard because he probably was. You is a nasty somebody. Ew.
was it on the first drink or the second stroke? What was it?
It was like it was the stroke, man.
It was what?
It was the stroke
Did
because
stroking your tongue on her booty?
nah,
Oh. You
because
nasty.
she hadn't never squirted before, and she had her first experience
So
squirting.
what did she?
And
What
so
did
she
she say?
said, marry me?
Yeah,
What kind of nonsense is this?
What did you say?
I didn't respond. I just kept doing what I was doing. I played deaf, nigga. I ain't hear shit. As long as she don't say no, stop, get off me, I just like, man, fuck it, man. I just get caught up in the moment, man. Fuck that. I'm just saying, that's just some real life shit, dog.
Did you make it down south?
I knew you was gonna ask it. I knew.
I'm just saying, I don't answer questions that I know is gonna make things either me end up not getting my nut off or it's gonna cause a problem. I just fuck it. As long as she don't say no, stop, or get out, then yeah.
You gonna have?
No, man, look, I'm just avoiding conflict.
This is horrible.
I call it conflict resolution, an HR practice.
Then he gonna look at me. What I'm talking about now.
Lady Angela's like, if you could come here,
Don't bring this in there.
I will stab you. Don't bring that energy.
See how I brought it all the way around.
Look. I will. Okay.
I brought it all the way full circle.
We will have no shanking on the set.
Hey, man. Gonna it's taken off the air for violence on the air.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, let's get back to our guest. You got a question for our guest, CP3? It's not a question.
Shit.
You thought we forgot about you?
Man.
And he was like, oh, I thought
We told you sometimes we get sidetracked in this motherfucker.
He said, I thought I was in the clear. No,
Oh,
you
nah.
not.
Nah.
Because I got a question, so.
When you think it's safe, it ain't.
Let's see. Because we were talking a little bit before the show about, his music and, his flow or whatever. He was breaking it down to each different beat that I had, different types. I do different soundtracks, dubstep, rap, hip hop. What do you attribute being able to be so diverse with your flow to be able to adapt to different tracks that quickly and that easily?
Man, really just I love like music. Like I feel like as human beings we're all connected to like the beat anyway. Like people like I don't really like the lyrics. I don't really know the lyrics anyway. I just like the beat. So like when you like kind of like get in tune, you just kind of like practice. It's just like God blessed me with the ability to be able to just kind of like like vibe with all different types of like sounds and just kind of like put the like
So you a freestyle?
I write and freestyle. I just like my dad, like before he passed, he told me he's like why don't you write? I'm not going to, he said my name, he's like, why don't you write nothing down? And I was like, I just like, because I had saw everyone was like, well, what if you get up there and like Eminem like had like, oh, you got freaked out about blah blah blah, and I was like, so I just like was big on like freestyling. Then like my dad was like, write songs, so I got big on writing now. I have over like 300 wrote.
Okay. What is your Mount Rushmore of music? Somebody, see, I'm saying people keep thinking that you're gonna just have some random shit. Now we got real questions.
K Reno, from Houston.
Okay.
He speaks about like Scientology, astronomy. I mean, I feel like I put like Rush on there. Rush is like a rock group.
It's your list. You put whatever
Um,
you want on it. And Super Dave asked, "What's your IG?"
my IG is.
But no. He answered his question later. Go back to my question.
but but I mean, like of course, like I love Pop in so many different aspects, and he's like up there, you know what I'm saying? But he just didn't get the chance to like, or maybe they just didn't give us the music, like just cause they're wrapping you up, you know what I'm saying? We know who's running and how the music industry is maneuvered, huh?
Who for Pop?
It's just for everyone. They did like even like with music with Tupac, like we have Brandon have a baby and Dear Mama, right? But like all you ever really is California. They want that thug. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they don't care about like true heartfelt music.
Once again, it's because it's your list. That's how you feel. I grew up when I say I grew up on Pop, I grew up on Pop the Digital Underground. So I'll say this, like I listened to the first Pop and like Brenda's Got a Baby and what Sparkle Now was very, very good album. Soldier Story was very deep. And at that particular time, like that wasn't gonna be a mainstream album. Like the fact that Tupac was mainstream, it blows my mind because he wasn't he was rapping Brenda Got a Baby when everybody was OPP. And it's so deep, even when he did All Around the World the same song. And Holla If You Hear Me, when he did Strictly for My Niggas, like real talk. First of all, there was no album out there called Strictly for My Niggas. Outside of like NWA. So that was groundbreaking. When he did Holla If You Hear Me, and it's at the time when Pop had actually shot back at the cops, the cops had shot at him in Atlanta. He created his own movement. I've been a big fan and I study his music. But you're younger than me. You're a lot of years my junior. So you probably haven't listened to Pop or how I seen Pop growing up. Cause how I see hip hop and how you see hip hop are gonna be totally different. Two different genres. You can listen to Pop, but I grew up with it. It's just it's just different. But go right ahead.
But I still have to stand firm on like what I'm saying, because like I feel like they still didn't put out. I feel like even the Pac that you heard, I feel like they didn't put out the real Pac. I feel like the Pac that was groundbreaking. I feel like it's like you have to think like his aunt and his family was organized with the Black Panthers. Like his aunt broke out of jail. She broke out of a federal prison for committing crimes. Like they broke her out of jail. So like with him being tied with those type of organizations, Pac had knowledge of certain organizations, certain things that was going on. Like, why did Pac really die? Was it really gang? Like, do we think that this is all over gang? Like, how protected was Tupac? Like, truly, and how protected was Biggie Smalls? And was it really the government, the ultimate enemy, or was it them two killing each other? You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like they just never got Tupac's like. I feel like Pac has a lot of music that was probably about completely changing the world that they never got to ever.
There's no problem. He did.
There's the One Nation album which never came out. Which he made amends with a lot of East Coast people. As we can go with California Love, like people forget that Tupac is really from the East Coast.
Tupac and Jada Pinkett went to school in Baltimore.
Yeah. No one talks about that.
I mean,
I didn't know that. Yeah,
Tupac was in a different
he used
world.
to date Jada Pinkett?
I heard that. I thought there was like a scandal that he was supposed to be dating.
No, they did. They went to high school together.
I actually watched a Different World episode that we had him in
the
it the other day.
Episode, they played on that a little bit, because Jada Pinkett was on A Different World.
Yeah.
And they played on that, on their relationship a little bit. Jada Pinkett went off to college. Her high school friends, the people she grew up with, came into town. They brought her ex-boyfriend, who was played by Tupac. And he was rough around the edges, but she's in college, she's trying to better herself. And there was conflict there. And in a sense, when you hear about what happened between the two of them in real life, it really played on that because they were going in two different directions. And, you know, she's very open with it. We just celebrated what would have been his 50th birthday. And she released a poem that she'd never released to the public before that he had written to her. But she's very open about their relationship. Tupac is definitely from the East Coast.
Yeah.
But I think what I'm understanding what you're saying is that the mass media portrays Tupac as this guy who did California Love or I Get Around and that's it.
No, like, well, that's really what it was. Like, if you see the videos about, like, mainly about Tupac, even like the interviews, like you have the select few interviews of him speaking as an intellectual. You know, he's always speaking well. You know, don't get it twisted. No matter when you see him, even if he's speaking out of character, he's still very well versed and spoken. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm just saying, like, you just always see the negative with him. You always just see that he's moving with a mob, or you know what I'm saying, or like he was involved in like shootings, or like you know what I'm saying. Like you never really see the movement and the change that he was really trying to bring, and like that's why I feel like Tupac was like the peak that you can like. And like, if you wanted to like bring change and like start a movement, Tupac was like the peak that anyone could have reached at that point in time. It's just showing you at that point in time if you would like reach that peak, because like truly, I feel like they knew. Like I feel like they knew that Pac was the one rapper that was going to completely change the game and put their whole systematic way of life and controlling the world.
But we have to be honest with this too. Tupac was also his worst enemy.
I'm sorry.
Tupac was his own worst enemy too. That's how.
Yep.
Because he was a firecracker. He was a firecracker.
And I can tell you this from being a Gemini. When you mad, you like when he's mad, you see red. It don't matter. And I can relate because I was like that.
And think about how old he was when he passed away.
Yeah.
He was very young.
Back in my 20s, if you made me mad and Lady Antoinette and CP3 cool with you, I'm mad at everybody. If I'm going to beef, I'm beef with everybody. I had to grow out of that. He never got a chance for it. Right. At that particular time in your life, you young and you reckless, it happens. You know, I remember me being that person wanting to jump in other people's beefs. Jump in. Like when basically him jumping in Orlando Jordan, they beating that dude down because he snatched that other dude's chain. I remember being in beefs like that. Like I remember, no lie. God bless my cousin John who passed away. His cousin Jason was there, and a dude said, "Give me your coat to Jason." Like that, it triggered me. It triggered me to the point I was like, "Thought I'll slap the shit out you." That's how that conversation started, like that. All he said to him, he might have been drunk. I said, "Dog, I'll slap the shit out you." I was like, "Yo, go ahead, give him his coat." I said, "Go ahead, give him his coat so I can slap you. I dare you to take my cousin's coat. I will fuck you up on sight." Like, I know that anger because at that moment, that's all you feel.
And let me be real with you. Based off of what you said, you're literally speaking on the plight of the black man. That's what happens. Tupac is not here to defend himself. He's not here to point out, hey, that's not what I'm all about.
True.
We did not get to see him fully develop as far as a young adult because he was killed. He was taken away from us. But I'm going to be real with you, okay? Because you're 30 and we already established that 30 ain't all that old, okay? But there's a thing called the box. You heard of the box, right? Did you hear about that? Soda County?
What aspect?
The box is, it was a video channel. You call in the number and you play videos on demand. There was no talking. It was just the box. It was huge videos all the time. Okay? If it wasn't videos playing, they would have clips of videos and they would have a menu. So you call in, and you punch in a code, and that's it. So that's what the people requested, right? For the box. It was completely on demand. Brenda's Got a Baby got paid so much was ridiculous. The people requested it. So I need you to understand that the people at that time, We weren't fooled by mainstream media or anything. We listened to Brenda's Got a Baby. It was very clear. It was very evident. And that was a good selling record, like the single, because we had singles back then.
Yeah.
You get just the tape. you get just, but that was the song that we knew. We knew that story.
Well,
too
more the
many
message.
times.
The message I think what he's trying to get across is the kind of the same sentiment that I had, that Pac had so many impassionate speeches and conversations where he wasn't that angry black man that they show you all the time. And
Right
he was
now.
saying, yeah, now. So that's what he's saying, that now that's what's more personified is his thug life image of him being angry and yelling at folks, instead of showing the times when he was actually sitting down and having a conversation and
Right.
having, having a good conversation with someone, even though he might not agree with him, showing that he could be a person that could compromise and actually have a conversation without being that angry, yelling in your face. That's what they personify him as, instead of more showing the side of it that, he actually was someone that wasn't always angry all the time, and getting his point across that way, that he could actually be someone that was diplomatic and actually sit there and have a educated conversation with some to discuss the points.
And
I think that's more where it was going with
That's
that.
why I said that's the plight of the black man. Unfortunately, that is what they do. That's what they do to us. Your legacy is nothing compared to what you were.
Yeah, when you look at Tupac, we see the evolution of the black man.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, he didn't get to grow the way he was supposed to grow.
Right. And they want to label him. Real talk. Everybody knows about Bill Cosby. Everybody knows about current things about Bill Cosby, right? That's not who he is as a person as a whole. The things that Bill Cosby did for our community is not. It's in the background, and people not gonna talk about that.
So the thing is, I don't think that's what Tupac was like. I think that's what media was. I think Tupac was he was very educated. We all know, he was private school and everything.
He went to a performing arts school, right?
You know what I'm saying? So and then of course he started with Digital Underground and the backup, and dance and everything like that. So with that being said, that wasn't actual Pac's character. I feel like the media, he had to be portrayed like that because they already put us against each other. They put blacks against each other. We shouldn't have to naturally be like that against each other. If we have to be like that, we should have to be like that against the outside predators. You know what I mean? Like if you look at a pack of gorillas, the biggest, strongest gorilla is the one that leads, and if there's one that wants challenge, they might fight it out, and then he's the strongest of the pack, and they go. Same for lions,
Right.
the leader of the pack, they touch the strongest, the one they feel that has the most durability and long longevity. So, with that being said, they teach us to kill each other. We're the only and that's the whole thing too. We have to look at excuse me. I just I try to look at it, and I try to get everybody to look at it as a whole when it's looking at Pac, it's how they were teaching us to be thugs and scream out thug life, and blood, crip, East Coast, West Coast, beef and everything like that, because that's what they were pushing with hip hop and rap, and that going back to what I was saying, the African American community, unfortunately, is the only race that's talking about killing their own people. You never hear about Mexicans talking about killing their own people, or
they do.
Afghani.
They do. But see, here's the thing: mainstream media. I think that's what you're getting on. That's what they put out.
But the whole thing is all right. So maybe they do. Maybe I'm just generalizing the statement. But I don't imagine that I feel like the African American community is the only community that dehumanizes their women and that beats down their own man, their own brothers. I feel like the other races and other communities across the world, I feel like they're so much more together and so much more for their own race. I feel like they're you see an Italian person, they have an Italian flag. You see an Indian person, they have an Indian flag, or whatever their different nationality of Hinduism or of the denomination of races. Excuse me. So like even if you see like even like an Irish person, they have an Irish flag, but you never see like black people with like African flags. We're not really big on our heritage and like culture and like our people. We're not big on our race and building up our people, and that's the biggest thing like with like the media, because the media is pushing us to go against each other. So like Pac had no option but to see the media and to have that, hey, this is what's gonna sell. Because if I don't incorporate this sometimes, and if I don't have this image, if I'm not rolling with Suge Knight and Death Row, then I might not be able to enter this mainstream media because I know what and telling what's incorporated with it. You know, I know that I have to.
I will correct you on something real quick. So Pac's biggest song at that particular time that you're talking about wasn't while he was on Death Row. It was Me Against the World, but he was locked up at the time.
Right.
And the biggest song at the time that he had was Dead Mama. When he did
Which is a positive song.
When he did Machiavellian, they sold, but they didn't sell like the album Me Against the World. But I mean, don't get me wrong, but I get what you're saying. There are things. Once again, I get what you're saying, but at the same time too, we have to take accountability for what we do as well. Because Pop did tattoo Thug Life on his stomach. Pop did it was in a group called Thug Life, and that was his thing. You know, there are things that the white man does, and there are things that we do. We have to be accountable for the things that we do as well. We as black people, we have no problem saying the white man made us do that, but also we have to take accountability when we do something.
And also,
and we're not perfect. So with Pac, we never seen his full evolution.
No.
Malcolm X changed his philosophy as he was evolved. We all changed our philosophy. My views as I had when I was 20 versus I have now is something totally different because it's changed and I've seen it. So, but unfortunately, we never got to see the final evolution. Go ahead, Ms. Lady Internet.
First of all, Tupac was young. We know that. He was an intellectual though. Plain and simple. We have those people. That's a part of our community. With that said, what me and 151 are saying right now, we lived through this whole phase that you're talking about. What we experienced, what we saw Tupac do, how he acted, what he just what he did in general, is slightly different than the way that people want him to be remembered. Some people want him to be remembered as the most intelligent, best rapper of all time. There are other people that want him to be remembered as a thug, and that's it. You have to be very mindful of the source of this information. Mainstream media may paint a different picture of Tupac than what we literally saw with our own eyes while it was going on. Some of your assumptions are correct as far as how he was at that time. And I can completely understand for you or anyone your age and younger to have no choice but to speculate, because what we constantly see over and over again is Tupac with a bandana tied around his head, Thug Life written across his chest, or his stomach, really, because they say chest, but it's on his stomach.
Yeah.
And we hear he was involved in some East Coast, West Coast drama. That's how he died. Tupac was a hothead. We know this, okay? But that's not all about who he was. So some of your assumptions are correct. And we're here, me and 151, to let you know, like, yeah, you're right about what you think that he was at that time. Your assumptions for that is completely correct. He was very intelligent. He was wise beyond his years, because when I sit back and think, dude, at 21 and me at 21, completely different.
I have a question. And I'm gonna use two questions real quick. Two quick questions. All right. Are rappers nowadays actors? Rappers nowadays. Are the rappers nowadays actors?
Hold on. I'm gonna let CP3 answer that.
Of course. I mean,
Wait. Focus it on.
of course, it's all about the persona, and it's more about marketing and selling yourself more than selling your craft. Because there's a lot of doo-doo artists out here that move a million units, but couldn't put a 16 bar track together by themselves and not have three other folks on it because they don't have nothing to say for the 16 bars.
And it's all about Instagram and social media.
So I think Tupac was the first like not to say like, because Tupac, like, let's be real, like, I'm not thinking that Tupac, like, not say that he wasn't down or like putting them in a different lifestyle, but I'm not seeing Tupac with the gun in his hand having to go kick in doors. He's not that guy, you know. He was
but he was.
But he was very fortunate. I don't believe that at all. And I mean, there's no
and see, that's the thing about it is once again, I'm not here to change your belief is your belief. I know for a fact Tupac was one of the very first people when he shot at the Atlanta cop. When he did the song "Holler for You Hear Me," he literally rhymed about
what
shooting at the cops. And even when he did, even on his first album, we quote "Brenda's Got a Baby," but the niggas in the streets was playing Soldier Squad.
And real talk, look into his beef with MOB.
But that's different than being street than being militant. He's being militant. Like that's why I said his.
Let me finish though. So here's the thing. Tupac was heavy in the streets and in New York and stuff like that when he was on the East Coast. One of his best friends was Stretch from Naughty by Nature. Another thing, before he met Biggie, he met the Live Squad. The Live Squad, I remember them dudes. Two of them dudes was killed. They were murdered. Big Stretch and another one of the guys for the Live Squad was murdered. But they was really grimy, like really New York thug dudes that just could really rap. They was probably more in the streets than in the booth. And Tupac loved embracing that lifestyle because he lived that lifestyle. You know, he was the type of dude that you would, even when he was doing like Juice or whatever, he would go from the movie set and be in the ghetto or be in the club. Like he lived that.
So, like, you know, just, I mean, like, okay, so like, in the aspect like of me, not like comparing myself to Pac, like, but like I've been in some like situations. I know different people, you know, in different places, you know, like all right, but like Pac was affiliated with the Black Panther Party. We can say the Black Panther Party was the most.
He wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't.
But I would have to say that he was affiliated, like
he wasn't.
Like
that's not correct. I'm just keeping it real. That's not correct. His mother was affiliated with the Black Panther Party, not Pac himself.
But and then his aunt as well, because she's the one that was like broke out of prison as well, correct? Of course, she was the one that was broke out of prison.
So you have to look at the timeline. You have to look at the timeline prior to Pac being the rapper that we know of. The Black Panther Party was not the Black Panther Party that you're thinking of. They were pretty dormant at that point. So their past affiliation prior to him even being here, because Pac wasn't even born until what, 74?
No, he was born, Pac was older than me. I was born in 70. Pac was born like 72.
Well, regardless, the Black Panther Party, when you look at their active time, if my parents were involved in the Black Panther Party in the 60s and 70s, what does that have to do with me in the 70s, 80s, and then when he became famous in the 90s? That doesn't have anything to do with him because his parents used to be.
So with like in that aspect, so then in that aspect, then children with mothers and fathers in gangs have no aspects or ties to them. Then
no.
Well, I mean, but sometimes it would seem if their family member is so involved in those organizations and those individuals are so focus minded on that one subject and that one thing, and that's them and that's their being, then we see that the children are like the parent.
Well, let me ask you this: your mom has her beliefs, and the first thing you said was that you went a different route. You listened to what she said to you, but you chose your own path. That's exactly what he did.
My father didn't believe in Christianity, though.
Okay, but even still, you believe, and your mom believes in one thing, your father believes in another. You took the information that you had growing up and chose your own path. That's what he did. He never claimed any affiliation with the Black Panther Party.
But I'm not saying that he claimed affiliation with the Black Panther Party, but I'm just thinking like on a more like all right, so like I'm what they would call a conspiracy theorist. So like I look up a lot of things that you wouldn't know to be like fact. There's a lot of documentation. Like, all right, so I'm never going to tell you something that I feel to be my opinion that I haven't actually seen written down or heard from someone I feel that is knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? Someone of standing that I can, trust their word. I'm not just going off, here to say I'm just going off of conspiracy, Illuminati. Have you heard about Beyonce and Jay-Z? All that, basic level knowledge about spirituality and the Luciferian satanic doctrine. I'm more so like Pac. I feel like Pac I feel like Pac was like it was so much more to Pac than like was being said. I feel like he was like truly like doing things and had things in the works that was truly gonna change the whole like rap game and music industry, period. So therefore they had to create this whole East Coast, West Coast beef in the first place. Like when Pac was shot at the first time, right? Because he was shot twice, right? And then he thought that it was Biggie, right? And
no,
that in and then set it up. No, but he thought that it was Biggie. He thought it was Biggie. No, but he thought that it was Biggie and Puffy that set him up, and so he made the. But I'm just like it's just like when like it's like people have money that can put these movements into play for certain reasons, and if certain people say that, like it's like even just like Dave Chappelle, like Dave Chappelle on like a smaller aspect, or like Cat Williams. They said Cat Williams was stealing change out of a hotel. But that's just because what he's been speaking on and the races and ethnicities that he's been speaking on, and the subject matter that he's been speaking on. The same with Dave Chappelle talking about why he went to Africa and canceled his show because they were asking him to change his cast and change this person over and that person over. It's really about a agenda with our people, and I feel like truly like Tupac, cause it's like the forgotten or the forbidden Tupac interview, like one of his last interviews, like 25 minutes long, and he's actually talking about, if you still live backwards is evil, he's talking about, and he's actually, just know what I know about like Satanism. That's Satanism that's our magic, that's our energy, that's our understanding, but they use it and they make it bad. They say darkness is bad. That's why you have black magic and darkness, and you have white light, and everything like that. We are the chaos beings. There's a yin and the yang. That's like, they don't want us to have our true intelligence, and Tupac was like speaking on a different level that they've never had any other rapper speak on. There's never been any other rapper to speak. K Reno has not reached any. That's why I said, you asked me my favorite musician, my Mount Rushmore. I said K Reno, but there's never been. They don't let any like Jay-Z. They said Jay-Z was like the top rapper. Now just let me show you in comparison how you get on top, right? The Luciferian doctrine, following Satan in the aspect in comparison, right? All right. You have Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z pulls up like this, right? Hova as Jehovah with the pyramid right here, the all-sing I. But then he also made the song Lucifer, son of the morning. I'm gonna chase y'all lows for earth. Lucifer, Lucifer, son of the morning. That's one of Jay-Z's biggest songs, you know. And when he was actually recording it in the studio, he said, I don't even know how I know that. I've never read the Bible a day in my life. You know, like, so in the aspect, like, they never let anyone reach the aspect of pop because they wanted to kill that in the rap game and to have our community kill itself. That's why we're still talking about, and they're still pushing the music that's talking about killing each other.
I'll disagree with something like that. Because one, gangster rap started, Spoonie D from Philly is quote unquote the godfather of gangster rap. Then we got Ice-T, then we got NWA. Gangster rap has been around for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's the forefather of trap music. And it was people who were on the West Coast started telling their stories. And their stories weren't the same as East Coast stories. Their stories were drive-bys. Their stories was colors and bandanas.
Yeah.
And then the whole gang system took over the prison system, where it became shit. We have Bloods and Crips in New York now. We have Bloods and Crips in DC.
Yeah.
One day I was going to Fridays and two dudes walked up to each other and they do blood signs. I was like, what the fuck am I at?
Yeah.
I'm on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this is from what I've seen and what I know. So, like I said, I when I say these things, I don't say that you're wrong or anything like that. I just go about from what the knowledge of what I've seen in my 47 years.
And let me say this. What you said about Tupac, he was wise beyond his years. He was a part of the movement. He was doing things that a lot of people did not like. What you said is true. With that said, I need you to understand that it's actually bigger than Tupac.
Yeah.
There was a supposedly secret meeting amongst different heads of record labels a long time ago. Okay, this is known. And then when they got together, their goal was to glamorize a certain lifestyle. The lifestyle of drugs, women, money, violence. Okay, those are the things that they were wanted to glamorize this in our music. Why did they want to do that? Why were they glamorizing illegal activity? Because when you look at the root of hip hop, okay, when you look at when hip hop started, that's not what it was about.
No.
So why was there a shift? Why were these record labels pushing this? Well, here's the reason why. They wanted to fill our prisons. And anyone who knows anything knows that our prison system is highly corrupted.
Yeah.
Highly corrupted.
I think it's just to take out the blacks. I don't think it's about.
No.
I think
but that's
it's
part
about
of it.
blacks.
That's part of
It's
it.
just about the
See,
blacks.
we just celebrated Juneteenth, right? We just celebrated Juneteenth yesterday. Hold on. 1865, right? Okay. So, how do you go in 1865 from not having any slaves? Well, when you look at the Constitution, yes, slavery was abolished, except for in the prison system. You can go to prison for whatever reason, and they're going to use you as a slave. That is the reason why the prison system is so hard on the black man. That's why the majority of the black men are in prisons. That's why there is a conspiracy to get black men into prisons, to weaken the black family. You see what I'm saying? You're right on the right path, but I'm just putting some clarity out there.
But like, I'm just gonna have to we're gonna have to disagree a little bit, just because I just have to say 100% all right, it's all about the blacks, 100%, they had to trick us, they tricked us with our knowledge and our information, once you teach generations, working a 9 to 5 year slave, prison is beyond slavery. Prison is when you enter hell, but 9 to 5 is slavery. If you have to wait your time and energy, what we're doing right now, this is all we have. You have nothing. Take away all this fabrication that the Satanists, the Luciferians made. Take away these tables, this mic, all these materials. What did God create us with? Okay, the animals, the vegetables, the fruits, the plants, and then us, right?
That's what
so,
I'm saying.
So when we have all we have is our time.
No,
so
that's what I'm saying.
so 9 to 5 is so 9 to 5 is really, you know what I'm saying, when we live in slavery. So we're living in slavery 24/7, and they try to trick you for that currency. No, but see, that's the whole thing. We weren't really like, see. They tell you, and me and my buddy, he's actually my best friend. This is God's my witness. My best friend, I told y'all, he was like he's into the Luciferian doctrine. He wears Baphomets and everything like that. He's 43 on everything I love, right? We just had it because I told him, I said, we were not slaves in America. We were not slaves when they talk about Harriet Tubman. They always talk about the story of Harriet Tubman, right? Harriet Tubman was, when they talk about the Underground Railroad, she was actually a worker. There was more than Harriet Tubman as an underground worker for the railroad. We've always been paid wages. See, we just got mixed up in the knowledge and when they were teaching our people. Because back in the day, right? Back in the day, when you were a slave back in the 1950s, they knew back in, I believe this is the 1940s, they knew being a slave to be a worker, but when it started changing into like the 50s and the 60s, that they started known to be something else because it's the change of knowledge. And if you're forced to teach, like we think about Black Wall Street, like if you're forced to teach, like if you're forced to teach your children something, okay, because like that's why they want to independent and segregate. The worst thing they did was when they migrated schools and brought all the races together, you know, and so they can teach their knowledge, you know, because when we had our own independent knowledge and we had our own independent leaders, we were actually teaching true broker development and actually getting
this is something I agree with what you just said. Was that when segregation was the worst thing that happened to Black people, because we started to assimilate and copy other people and not teach our stories, our doctrines, and our history.
But by the time we had segregation, we didn't have history to teach. That's the problem. See, when you have one race oppressing another race, trying to erase our history, trying to change our history, trying to force us to feel that their way of life is the only way.
Yeah.
Then when you have segregation, you have no choice. Those people have no choice but to only work as how they choose to or how they know.
Yeah.
And it's like a clean slate. Those people during that time frame, you don't know where your ancestors came from.
No.
You don't know anything about your history. You don't know anything about traditions and the religion that your ancestors celebrated or practiced. You don't know, like, okay, we know as far as this country, oh yeah, we know about Christmas. We know about these holidays here in this country. But what about our ancestors prior to that time frame, or speaking of slavery?
Yeah.
What about them? What about the people further back? We don't know. All we know is the colonizers' way of life. So of course there's segregation. We don't know that.
Because they didn't allow us to work in these places to make the textbooks.
Yeah.
To give the information.
Yeah.
We were never allowed to do that. So
and you were if you did speak the truth, you were punished or killed. A dead man can't talk. Okay, a dead man can't teach.
And that's the difference now, because like now it's the information age. Like all the information is on the table now. Like so, like what's going on now is like it's being exposed, because like what it is, like all of this information and knowledge has been here for us, like in the first place. Like they've already told us that we are like gods of this world and always gave us landscape. They just told us that it was bad. Like astral projection, like different dimensions, like talking to spirits and stuff, like different things that they would say witches and witches would do, like even like the alphabet. The alphabet is based off of magic and witchcraft. I could break it down like spelling, spell, boom, right there, I hit you with a spell, and now you're cursed. Curse words. Alright, now this like abracadabra of the ABCD. Abra, A-B, abra, CD, abracadabra. The ABCD is abracadabra. Let me start with the 26 letters of the alphabet, with the 26 lines in between our fingers. This is magic. This is witchcraft, and they give it to us, and they put us in the Luciferian doctrine. They put us in a box, right? And they're squaring the circle. They said the Earth was flat, like this square table, because everything's square and then everything's circle. But now it's circle. squaring the circle is a satanic ritual. That's why they base everything off squares and circles. You see that the phone is square, the table is square, the walls are squares, and then everything else is based on circles like the fan. And you know, the shapes differ when they're making specific items, but based off that, this is how they use the symbology to kind of embrace the witchcraft and actual magic and energy that we control. Because like they said, we use 10% of our brains, right? If we use 15%, we wouldn't even have to talk right now. We just already know what each other were thinking at 15%.
That's true though.
At 30%, we be lifting stuff up. We be messing with the neighbors. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just like, I don't know. I'm sorry.
I get what you're saying. And you also have to remember with this country, you're bringing up ABCs and all this stuff. Our whole country is built off of what? What were our quote unquote forefathers of this country? They were all Masons.
Yeah, that's true. Wait a minute, before we get there. What did I tell you at the beginning before we started the show?
You're right.
If you want to speak your mind and speak your opinion, you don't apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't take it seriously if you're saying I'm sorry.
You're right.
Right?
And
there's nothing, and here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with
having an opinion.
Exactly.
Yep.
The whole point of this podcast is we openly discuss everything.
Mm-hmm.
And CPT shares everything, even though we don't want them to sometimes.
I tell them all the time.
Full disclosure, baby.
Too much information.
Hey, anybody can learn from any situation. I'm trying to teach here. I went through these trials and tribulations so other folks won't have.
Some of the stuff you teach is terrible.
Yeah. First of all, CB3, like y'all not up close to him. He's gone.
I can tell.
I told you I'm in the stratosphere.
He's in the stratosphere.
I'm in the stratosphere. Right?
What stratosphere are you in?
I don't even know. I don't even know.
I've never heard you been this quiet, but so damn long.
I'm just riding, dog. I'm just riding.
But I mean, at least real talk, him being quiet to me, you know, because y'all know I hear the stuff that y'all don't hear. For him being quiet, that's actually better than him over here struggling.
Don't get used to it.
And whispering.
Don't get used to it. Don't get used to it.
Your voice didn't change 8 times on the show, so we're proud of you.
That's because he wasn't even talking. He didn't even talk.
Don't get used to it. This happens very rarely. I get a quiet
Uncle
show.
Nearest, this 100 people, Uncle Nearest got you, man, down.
Some other things, too.
What? You know what? Here he go. He about to overshare, y'all.
So, peace. We about to end the show. Tell people, because my man Super Dave want to know your IG.
Man, it's Prince Peace. So the word Prince and then Peace right after PEACE 24/7 369. You know, I really don't be on my Instagram. I actually had to make a new account for some unfortunate circumstances. I only got 3 followers right now.
You know what?
So I had to,
He sound like CP3 right now.
Some unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, that's
Nah, they locked me up. That's all that shit.
Yeah, but they lock you up too much. They gonna shut your whole account down.
I've been chilled. I ain't done nothing for months.
Instagram, Prince Peace 247 369. Only got 3 followers right now. Started now, so I had to redo my account.
It's all right. We know how they be. We understand.
I appreciate you.
I got another message today.
You got another message?
I violate their community standards every day. Apparently. Stuff from 2016.
I've been there, done that.
But they do it all the time. Like, really? And they sent me one of the same one they just sent me.
I don't even open it. I just hit the export.
What you got popping on Monday, man?
Tomorrow night on Sports and Hill Podcast, we'll be breaking down the Nationals weekend review. As I mentioned, they won 3 out of 4 versus the Mets. And I'm trying to remember the team. Was it the Pirates?
Oh, he can't remember.
I gotta look back. I've been covering so much. We'll be breaking down that with Brian Brennan. Robbie will be off this week. We'll also recap the last week of the Stanley Cup Finals, going into the conference finals. We get ready for the Stanley Cup. Also, we'll be talking. I'm gonna try to get some WNBA in there also with the Mystics.
What?
But he said that before. Did you get him in there before?
I mean, we tried. We tried.
I
mean,
wow.
we got credentials to go down there, but unfortunately, with my new career, I haven't had a chance to go to any games. It depends.
Yeah.
Because I actually had I met a couple of them off site. You know, they cool. You know, cool
Off
ladies.
site, huh?
Yeah, away from the arena.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll be talking some WNBA. I'll probably talk a little bit of football also, and we'll talk a little bit of NBA playoffs with the conference finals and all of that good stuff. Because Game 7, I believe, is going on right now. So we should have the finals for both divisions coming up tomorrow. I think that's about it. I don't think Paul called in tomorrow. So yeah, we'll also have some boxing news coming out soon. I'll still have my Washington football team rookie breakdown of the players that they drafted. I got to coordinate with Dujanay. We've both been busy as hell lately. Also, if you're in the market for a new used pre-owned certified vehicle, come on down to Waldorf Honda at 2450 Crane Highway. Holler at your boy CP3 to get that deal done. Bad credit, no credit. Some credit, come holler at me. We can get that deal done for you.
But
Hey, man.
Hold on. Here's the crazy part. He did all that sleep.
Real quick, just a distract. I know Muhammad Ali's grandson is talking about he wants to box.
That's big right there.
That's big because you got two big shoes.
Mm-hmm. Layla and Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. It's real.
Yeah, that's good. And I mean, you know, I hope he does it, follows his dream, goes into the family business, you know.
Look, I don't know. Like, sometimes I feel like Michael Jordan's son. I ain't playing basketball better than him.
Well, I mean, that's a whole different ballgame. You know, Michael Jordan, when it came to the youth and trying to be inspirational, it didn't quite work. Good players are not always good coaches.
Yeah.
Or good inspiration. Ask
Good
Kwame
people.
Brown about that.
Or
But
good people.
that's a whole other story. Huh? Or
Good
good people.
people, yeah.
Right. They don't have to be. They may not be good people. It may just be competent.
Big asshole out.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to really say it like that, but because
We all know.
Look, it's Father's Day. I didn't want to bash your black father. Sorry. Juneteenth, Father's Day, all that stuff. I didn't want to do it.
They already know.
You said what?
They already know.
I know, but you know, I didn't have to speak on it.
What you got coming up, Lady Antoinette?
My birthday. My birthday Saturday.
Sure, alcohol be involved.
What you say?
Sure, alcohol to be
I
involved.
feel like you really hating on me.
No,
right
I'm
now.
just asking.
First of all, I'm telling everybody I'm about to be 25. You hating, and now you hating on my activities that you benefit from.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just sure alcohol gonna be involved. Like we trying
We
to.
have
Are
a
we?
birthday show next
Yeah, are we
week.
coordinating
Yes,
something and
birthday
doing something, or you know what's
We
the
gonna
deal?
have a birthday show. I mean, that's all we gonna say. We can't tell what we gonna do on air.
Yeah. Trying to get that Top Golf thing going.
Oh, I thought you was about to say something. We talked about back. Oh my God! What? You do know I have weapons on me, right?
See, just an innocent victim over here, man.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
wow.
it sounded like you trying to say you trying to get topped off.
Right. I was like, what?
That's a different conversation for a different
Who are you
person.
talking to?
Exactly, that's a different conversation for a different person. Come
I was
on,
about
man.
to see some violence.
See what I'm saying?
Video.
What video?
I'm just chilling, minding my
So
business,
black on black violence.
and I become a victim of
Black on red.
getting slashed up here. See, this is
Those be
wrong.
the red,
I ain't
black,
even got
and
my
green.
I ain't even got my stab vest. See,
You
You didn't get your stab.
I gotta bring my
on?
stab. Start bringing my stab vest on
I'm just,
Sunday.
when you saying stuff like that, I mean, what you expect?
It sounded like you said for a minute, top off.
I said Top Golf, man.
Yeah, you know.
Come on, man.
It took me a second. You say I paused like, what did he just?
See, brother can't never get a fair shot.
Because I treat you like family. I don't want to have to stab you.
Brother can't even get a fair. Can't even turn over a new leaf, man. You always think
you
you're
have
an old
moved her a couple
person.
of times.
Right.
Hey, man, look, shit
And you
happens.
share too much information quite often. So
Giving
I
you
mean,
more insight into my
no,
character.
No.
It's good ratings.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But what? This one laugh was the weakest ever. You are gone.
I know.
You know it.
What?
So next week's gonna be a birthday show.
Yeah.
Lady Antoinette.
Mhm.
We gotta get something special for her and stuff. Definitely because I would say that one of the things that I celebrated my birthday with the Athlete Bar team and one of the best birthdays I had in a long time. Just being around good friends and we laughed and Renegade came through and man, we got fucked up.
Yeah. That
Now
seems to
me,
be
I
a
was the
thing.
angel.
Oh yeah.
That's only because you was on meds.
Hey, I wasn't on meds. Thank you very much. But I was an angel.
Slide that over.
He's like, he got my idea. I said, watch it. Let me get 4 shots.
Mm.
Matter of fact, I think I gave you one of my shots. We got free shots one time.
Yeah.
So.
You know, Renegade started talking bartender talk with the dude. Next thing you know, I'm trying to get my balance, and the dude just like, oh
yeah.
I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, he just gave everybody shots. I wasn't even drinking nothing. I was like, okay, here you go. Happy birthday.
Don't turn down free alcohol.
Never.
But you know, it was a good birthday. Shout out to Thomas. You know, from Victor doing this thing. I may call him tomorrow. I may call him and see.
Yes, Thomas, thank you so much at Invicta and Pentagon City.
Yeah, we're gonna be back out there.
You made.
Why you got the Birdman rub?
Right,
I gotta up my collection. I gotta up my collection, man.
You make think about watches and white girl.
Right. I mean, real talk, Thomas. You know, he blessed us. He took care of us. We walked out with like 8 watches amongst us. It was real.
It was 8 watches. It was some bracelets.
6 bracelets.
8 watches. Some like about three cases.
Yeah.
Somebody had 3 cases.
Somebody had like 3 cases.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But you definitely, that Father's Day sale blessed us, and I was able to even bless other, you know, great fathers in the process. And I appreciate Thomas. So big up to Thomas. If y'all are in the, you know, the watch in Pentagon City, or you just you love watches, Invicta is a really good brand. See Thomas, tell him we sent you at the bar.
We might be back up there in about 2 weeks.
We need to do a whole, since one of y'all is a collector now. Since one of y'all is a collector, I think we should do like a function at one point. So Thomas, we know you probably listening, because Thomas is a great supporter.
Talk to your manager about getting us a sponsorship. We rock the gear, man. Come on, baby.
Right, because you know we rock Invicta. I don't have mine on today.
Got my bracelet on. Got my watch on.
Some stuff. I got a little bit of something. So
a little bit.
Yes, I said a little bit.
Your little bit definition is a little bit off.
It doesn't matter. I had a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I did join the.
Wait. So let me just tell you something. When I bought my watch, I did not get the type of invitation that Lady Antoinette got. They offered her the Facebook group. They gave her a case.
Gave her the Google information.
This must be my birthday. I thought I was shining, and they just really just stunned it on me. I walked out there with a little ass bracelet. Like, yeah, that's all I got.
Nah, they definitely, you know, we brought business in there. Like we came in there, we was not playing.
Like real talk. So they wasn't expecting to buy.
See, Renegade wasn't even okay. Real talk. I was the only one expecting to buy a watch.
I was gonna buy a watch. I was gonna buy one get one free until they said buy 2 get 4 free. And, like, hold up.
They said buy 2 get 4 free.
Hold up. Buy 2 get 4 free.
Lady Internet and CP3 form Voltron.
Hey, I was that motherfucker like, hold up. Buy 2 get 4.
And hand me that case. Oh, give me them bracelets.
Let me
throw it in the bag. We was just like throwing it in the bag.
Yeah, but then she really tried to take one of CP3 watch.
Well, that was a really nice watch. Like I was like, you don't need that watch.
I gave her first dibs. I gave her first dibs.
Like, it don't look good with your complexion.
It go good with my black shirt though.
But
and he don't even have that one on, probably because he know he gonna be around.
Nah, that's actually been that one ready since you got your blade gonna try to rob me on the way to the truck and shit. Like, you break yourself, fool.
But real talk, that was a man's watch. I found the female version, and so I need to holler at Thomas to see.
Cool.
I need that watch.
Yeah,
it's actually my good luck watch at work. Every time I wear it, I get a
I knew something about that watch. I knew it.
Yeah. And I wore this one 2 days and got. Hey,
right. We came out there like we robbed the place.
But honestly, it's nothing like seeing your whole team shine.
Yep.
And you know, real talk, it was just fun.
Mm-hmm.
We had fun. I said some discouraging things to some other people. They were trying to sell me shit.
It happens.
It happens.
Because we didn't see
And
Thomas.
Pentagon
Yeah.
City is a very diverse mall. We're definitely going to have
You
to
know
go
what?
back.
You know what?
This one right here was looking at other things along with
Oh, well,
Black
that's-
It
Girls.
was all prized possessions.
So,
Somebody's.
so real talk. I like to give the ladies a shout out this year.
Mm-hmm.
For all the ladies that fought the urge to put up during Father's Day, happy Father's Day to me, and you let the fathers actually get a good Father's Day this year. Like a lot of y'all knew that nigga was a deadbeat before you slept with him.
Mm.
So don't take Father's Day from good fathers because you made poor decisions with sleeping with a bum ass nigga.
Well,
Like a lot of y'all, like you knew this dude was trash, and you still opened up your legs. And then on top of that, you had the nerve to procreate with him and make more little trash babies.
the signs
my
was
God.
the,
You know
signs, the signs was there. You
We
just
about
chose
to-
to ignore 'em, man.
Oh, we about
That's
to
the
get too
thing.
deep from
See,
this.
so we about to get in on this real quick before we get off
Oh,
there.
So, and I'm glad that this year they allowed, because you know Facebook they be going crazy. They be like, oh, you know, especially right after Mother's Day, they be like, yeah, happy Father's Day to me, and y'all go really berserk with it. So I'm so glad that we restrained from doing that this year.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you. There are a lot of other women who had to check those women. In previous years, I've seen more women check that behavior than I've seen men, and I'm so happy because I don't
Because
agree.
it's a double-edged
We
sword. We
appreciate-
can't say nothing.
Honestly, we appreciate that because the thing about being a black man is you get labeled for the sins of the black man. And you may be doing the right thing.
But
You may take care of your kid.
Right.
And then you be like, yo, sweetheart, this is Father's Day, it's about us. Oh, you just a deadbeat ass. I ain't even done nothing. I'm with my son right now in the picture.
And I'm gonna be real with you. Like I said, I have seen strong black fathers on a regular basis. I see more strong black fathers than I see those who are not.
Right.
It's not the thing to do like people say it is. And I work in HR, and I have for 14 years now. And that means that I'm the one that does payroll. I'm the one that puts in certain orders and things like that. I've done that. And I can be honest with you when I tell you that it's not always the black man who doesn't take care of his children. I've seen men of other races. I've seen women as well get those garnishment papers.
Yeah.
Okay?
Those two.
So with that said, you know, it goes to what we were talking about earlier, the plight of the black man. You know, people want to down him and give us this picture that isn't really true. So
And I salute, like I said again, I salute my Uncle Tyrone. I love my father.
Well, that's it.
I love
Something
my
I'll
Uncle
get child
Robert.
support out.
But my Uncle Tyrone, as a black man, has showed me the way to be a black man. The way he loved my aunt Sheila, unconditionally. You know, when I love a woman, I want to be like that.
Yep.
Even as me being his nephew, he would come in here and if he would overcook food or had extra food, I come in. You know, he had the key to the house. There'd be food in the refrigerator. You know, he knows I work a lot, and I'm a grown man. I ain't really need him to cut my grass, but he would cut the grass anyway. He trimmed the tree anyway, because that's what he does. As a black man, his job was he wanted to make sure, even though I'm a grown man, I'm still his nephew. That I was always on. Okay.
Yep.
You know, and I was blessed to have that.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope there are more people. And I know there's a lot of good fathers like my child.
Yeah.
You know, because he, like I said, he raised me, my brother, my sister, my niece, my nephew, his son, my cousin. You know, my other cousin.
Yeah.
And his grandkids and his great grandkids. And 90% of the people aren't biologically related to him.
Right.
But he raised us all as a group. You know, and I can't say enough about how much I love my father. You know, and shout out to my father. He sent me a text this morning. Shout out to my goddaughters, Tanisha and Shay. You know, they made my day.
Right.
You know.
And it's Father's Day is not always about biology.
Yeah.
We're here to celebrate fathers and father figures. There are men who have been that father, you know, whether they have their own biological children or not. They matter. They make a difference. And so I want to give a shout out to the fathers, the father figures as well. Because we do the same thing on Mother's Day. You got stepfathers, you got uncles, you got, you know, cousins, you got people who step up. You know, if the father is not there, or just in addition to, and when I say not there, I ain't talking about, you know, oh, he locked up or he just a baby. No, sometimes, you know, father pass away, you know, somebody steps up. So it's various reasons, but we thank those guys, you guys included. Happy Father's Day to you guys.
Appreciate that.
CP3, I wish you the best as far as finding your children.
Come on home, son. You got some making up to do. Your mama kept you away from it. It's on the record.
But also, I can attest to CP3 being a father figure to his nieces and nephews.
It takes a great man to show up at a family cookout with his nieces and his children.
But it's funny because prior to that, I didn't know about his nieces because he talks about them. He used to talk about them, and then when his nephew was born, oh my God, you would have thought he had a baby. I thought he had a baby. I really thought. I was like, I
thought he was mine. They thought he was mine.
But he talks about them like they're his kids. And how old is your nephew now?
Just about to turn 11 in August.
See, that makes me feel some kind. I remember when this little boy was born.
Hey,
not because I know him or his mother, it's because of him. You know, like
that's my road dog.
And I remember before he was born. You know, and it was just his nieces, and I remember all of that. And I will say that
Nah, I'm trying to keep him away from that side.
I feel like I saw a picture of him like in a wife beater and like just like you.
Nah, he got a Fortnite. He always got a Fortnite t-shirt on. He's a gamer.
No, when he was little.
Oh yeah, when he was little, yeah.
I feel like he was little, like
you know, he
one or two. Like
he had the Kango hat
and I feel like you had a picture, and I
well,
like, this little boy looks like
that. Was just ingrained in him when he was young. He's not going to really remember all of it, but when he got to, you know, that pinky got to come out, it's going to come out, you know, just because it's already.
You used to drop on playing Pepsi?
So, you know, just a little bit. Just a little.
I feel like he did.
Just a little bit. That put a little dash in it, you know,
but
with
I
the
will
old
say
school
that,
radio.
you know, CP3 definitely was in their life. So I can attest to that much, you know. So if he did, you know,
the stripper incident is just something.
Contact with his children, I do feel confident that he would have been there. If she could find him.
Exactly. If she would have called me and let me know, I would have been. My number been the same for the last 20 plus years. But the number been the same. She got the number. All she got to do is call.
You know, some people, like, if you break your phone, back in those days, let's be real, you break your phone, everything gone.
But my number is still the same.
But what if she didn't know about her?
Let me tell you.
Then she sure. She can look you up.
I've been in the same area. Same general area for my whole life.
In the phone,
I worked at one job for 20 years.
We about to end the show on your lives.
She knew where I was at. I
Right.
love you, son.
You got a daughter.
Yeah, you probably right.
You got a daughter. All the bad shit you done did.
That's cool.
You have a daughter.
I have no problem protecting my daughter.
Boy,
she ain't dating till she's 25.
If y'all date CP3 daughter, she gonna rob you.
Right.
He ain't. I will. Yeah, I will. Little nigga. Trying to take her goodies.
I think I'm gonna get the little box thing back. Yes.
I got every question before I say stuff.
Nigga, did he hit it?
One of them.
He have his feet still on. Why they be arguing?
And then we be talking about people be mad, bruh. You always leave your mic on.
No. Then in the middle of the argument, you be like, oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
That's a behind the.
that me and him got mutual friends. Like I say something about somebody,
But they watch his feed. They don't watch my feed.
No, because if it's our mutual friends, guess what that means? They gonna watch your feed.
But he tagged you in yours. Like mine don't get tagged in, so he got to come to my page and look at it.
He tags me. If he tags me on my main page, it's not gonna show up. If he tags me on my other page, my secondary page, the one I use for my Lady Antoinette, that's different.
Well, he ain't been on my page in a minute. He ain't like shit on my page.
That don't mean nothing. You know, people look at stuff all the time and don't like. My cousin went on what's the thing? The podcast thing, and she found the show. What is it?
Anchor.
Can't remember. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm about to put some new shows up on it.
Okay.
I finally got the downloader, the updated downloader, allow me. So I got the show we did last week. I downloaded the one with Sunshine and
Okay.
I downloaded something else. I think the one with Flex 360. I'm going through and then I'm going to, once I get them all, then I'm going to start releasing them to be public.
Okay. Cause I had a wedding to go to yesterday. My little cousin got married on Juneteenth, so Black Lives. And my other cousin, she was sitting next to me, and my mom said something. She was like, "You got your show tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah." So my cousin was like, "You what kind of show?" You know. So then we start talking, and she stopped following me.
Yeah, he be like,
His line is, don't like some big head.